Tonight's game is produced by the IH Sports Network. No part of the audio or video from tonight's game may be redistributed or retransmitted without the express written consent of the IH Sports Network and Liberty Press Incorporated. The IH Sports Network's first commitment is to the student athletes of our community, their families, and their coaches. Find us online at ihsports.net.
The Baby J's Pizza pregame show will begin in 4 minutes. Tonight's broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. Stand by for the Baby J's Pizza pregame show in 2 minutes. We will begin in 60 seconds. We will begin in 30 seconds. We will begin in 15 seconds.
High school football is on the air. The Oneida Indians, the Scott Highlanders, with Tim Smith, Rick Keaton, and their entire broadcast teams. This is Tennessee's most complete high school football coverage.
Sponsored by United Cumberland Bank, Scenic Foods, El Rey, Ray's Axe, South Fork Physical Therapy, Lumber King, Big South Fork Medical Center, The Stand Coalition, Mark's Family Pharmacy, TNT Car Wash, and by First National Bank.
Produced by the IH Sports Network, Friday Night Football begins now.
Game 8 of the 2022 season finds the Oneida Indians on the road for the last time in the regular season. The Monterey Wildcats host and still have partial control of their destiny. With a win tonight, the Wildcats could still claim a share of the Region 2AA title. If the Indians can win, they still have a mathematical chance at third in the region, but need a lot of help from others. Most likely, the Indians must prepare for a trip to Hampton 3 weeks from tonight. With the remaining 3 games, Oneida must work on improving to a level of play that gives them a chance at playoff success. A year ago, the Indians surprised these Wildcats. Can lightning strike twice? There is a lot of play for the coming weeks for the Indians, and it begins tonight on the IH Sports Network. Good evening and welcome to Monterey High School, and tonight's matchup is the Oneida Indians, 3-4 overall, 1-1 in the region, and the Monterey Wildcats, 5-2 overall, 1-1 in region play. This is Kevin Akers along with Mark Matthews, John Strunk, Bo Kidd, and the voice of the Indians, Tim Smith. Gentlemen, last year the Indians were pretty much picked by everybody to lose that game against the Wildcats, but that win over Monterey last year propelled the Indians to be very successful in the remaining year and actually made it to the state quarterfinals.
Yeah, and coming into that game, John, everybody had picked Monterey to win that football game, and the Indians came out on fire, jumped out to a early 14-0 lead, and led that way pretty much the first half, and Monterey scored late and got it to 14-7, and then the Indians eventually went, or 14-6, and the Indians eventually went on to win that ball game in the second half, and you know, a lot of expectations tonight with these Indians. I believe that Oneida has a lot. Of course, I know that Indians has a lot riding on this football game tonight. They need to win here to try to avoid that long bus ride to Hampton in 3 weeks, and we'll just see how it plays out. This is a very strong Monterey team.
Yeah, and last year's game was a springboard, and Kevin kind of led with that. It kind of set the tone for the remainder of the season, and it was kind of unexpected. I know I didn't think that Oneida had a great chance last year at home against this bunch, and they came out, and the score, it wasn't a high scoring game either way for either team last year, but Oneida really dominated that game from start to finish. They were in control. Now Oneida would love nothing more than to come in here and to snipe one, really, because they're not. I don't think they're picked in this one either. If you look at the records, I know it's pretty close in the region matchups, but Oneida with a losing record at this point in the season, and a couple that have just let slip away in the third or fourth quarter, and that's unlike Oneida teams for the most part, because usually we're used to seeing Oneida teams win those close games late. So this senior-laden team, this Oneida bunch, can they flip that script a little bit? Can they learn how to win the close ones in the third and fourth quarter? They may have a chance to do that tonight.
I really believe they do, and I think there's some things just by watching some games of Monterey. I believe there's some ways that we can attack them, and I believe there's some ways we can have success. So we'll see what happens here in about 48 minutes.
Now, the last time we saw the Indians was, of course, at Rockwood. That was a good game all the way up to just the last few minutes mark, and then when they fumbled down at the 1, it just seems like all the air went out.
Yeah, we got down inside the 1 yard line and had a chance, and I believe that all the momentum left us, and it was almost like the air got took out of us right there when we turned the football over there and didn't score. I think if we would have scored, may have been a different ball game, and the Indians may have come out of there with a victory. But after that, it was almost like we just said, "Oh wow, I can't believe this happened." And then Rockwood proceeded to march 99 yards and score another touchdown on us, and then it was over, John.
It was sealed at that point, I believe. You're right. And again, we didn't have the lead. We're sitting there on the 1 yard line, a 1st and goal, and we gave the ball back. And I think everyone in orange that was there that night, they saw it. They saw the deflation of the team, and you've had a week off now to kind of digest that and get things more in perspective. Again, I think about the seniors on this Oneida team. This is their last go. So how will they respond? They've had 2 weeks to get past that, get better in practice, and get ready for this game. And again, they have it all in front of them at this point, and they can still make some noise going into the playoffs.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. We are in Monterey, Tennessee, and this is the IHSN pregame report brought to you by Baby J's Pizza. We'll be back right after this.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools, we got it. Paint and cleaning supplies, we got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care, we got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made Metal Monsters. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail slate.
Bill Armstrong with the Big South Fork Air Park. 15 years now we've been in Scott County, and a customer of First National Bank 15 years. It's important to us to use a community bank. First National Bank has always been our bank. They're large enough to service any needs you have, but there's a sense of community here. It's nice doing business with people that you know, and they know your name. So that's why we use First National Bank.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Welcome back to the pregame report brought to you by Baby J's Pizza. Now we're going to bring in Bo Kidd. Bo, tell us a little bit about the injury report we got coming into this game.
Well, unfortunately, we are down two receivers, two big receivers for the Indians tonight, as Colton Daugherty will be unavailable for tonight's game, along with Jarek Hewling. Two big-time receivers for the Indians have always, it seems to be the big playmakers. Every time when it's a 3rd and long and you need those yardage, that's the two guys that they really go to. But you get a happy surprise tonight as T.D. Ryan is in uniform and is out there tonight ready to play.
That's fantastic. I'm glad to see that TD's back on the field. I know he's been chomping at the bits to get back out there. So we was talking to his dad, John, earlier, and he was talking about Coach Keaton putting a flak jacket on him, so to protect that midsection and everything. So great to have TD back. Jarek Hewling and Colton Darty, those are huge losses. In the secondary also, you got Jarek, I think, is averaging 24 yards a catch, somewhere in that neighborhood, and Colton's right up there too, 16, 17 yards a catch.
Yep.
So that's two big blows for this offense and defense.
And 6 of your 8 passing touchdowns were to those 2 young men.
Yeah. So the two leading receivers, I believe, not in catches, but yardage-wise, I believe, Bo.
Yeah.
Tate West is second in catches, I believe. And
first in catches, actually.
He's first in catches, yeah. So that's a big blow, and that's something that we'll talk about later on in the pregame is what I believe that we can do against this team, and that would involve them a whole bunch.
Yeah, Jarek, he was the kid that was you could see him growing in the passing game the last few weeks, and he was just a field stretcher. I mean, he would get He would get behind the defense in a hurry. We got a kid that can spin it and can throw it behind the defense. That just takes a little nuance or a big nuance out of your passing game to be missing those 2 kids. So, again, great to see Todd be able to suit up tonight. You know, it was just unsure that he was ever going to be able to do that again, and so we're glad and we're hopeful for a good game from him tonight.
I think that explosiveness off the line that you're talking about with Jarek is what made him such an integral part of this offense, because he was able to get off the ball so quick.
Probably the best athlete on the team is Jarek Hewling.
Probably
and
so.
And can jump higher than anybody on the field.
But now I do like the fact that you've still got Landon out there. He's still got some good speed, and he will jump up, and he will go for a jump ball with anybody out there. I can promise you that. And don't be surprised, in my opinion, if you don't see Weston go back out wide as well.
Wouldn't surprise me a bit, but you also got a young man in Levi James.
Yes, absolutely.
That'll come onto the field tonight and probably make some plays for us.
Absolutely.
Very deep at receiver and also on the back end of the defense. All these names that we've thrown out there, they've seen plenty of playing time in the secondary, but it still hurts when you lose a couple of seniors like that have been big playmakers, especially in the last few weeks. We've really depended on those 2 guys.
That experience.
Yeah,
yes.
So, but that's football, and it's next man up mentality, and we got to have that tonight because we need this win. Oneida needs this win. I think they know it. I think they can sense it, and we'll see how everybody reacts to it.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. When we return, Bo is going to catch us up on everything else that's been going on the Oneida campus sports-wise as we return to the IHSN pregame report brought to you by Baby J's Pizza.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, and what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
At Big South Fork Medical Center, our dedicated team of medical professionals are available 24/7 should you or your family need high-quality care. We have an emergency room, inpatient unit, and a range of outpatient services. Big South Fork Medical Center, your local hospital where we're small enough to care, but large enough to heal. For more information on what we have to offer, you can visit our website, www.bsfmedical.com.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott High Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
Bill Armstrong with the Big South Fork Air Park. 15 years now we've been in Scott County, and a customer of First National Bank 15 years. It's important to us to use a community bank. First National Bank has always been our bank. They're large enough to service any needs you have, but there's a sense of community here. It's nice doing business with people that you know, and they know your name. So that's why we use First National Bank.
Welcome back to the pregame report brought to you by Baby J's Pizza. Now joining us is once again Bo Kidd. Bo, there's been some excitement going on the soccer field this week for the Indians. Catch us up on that.
Well, our Lady Indians hosted the first round of the district tournament on Tuesday as they hosted I guess you would say the duo of Rockwood and Midway, because they are actually a combined team this year in the high school.
Wow.
So they defeated Rockwood 5-0. It was 1-0 at the half. Indians led, and that was on an own goal by Rockwood. So it was a very slow start for Oneida. But second half rolled around. They started off really quick. Claire Burris had a couple of goals in the first 10 minutes of the second half. Emily Sexton added a goal as well about midway through the second half, and then Alexia Jones added off a final goal there to make it 5-0 and sent them on to the district championship last night. But they had to go on the road for the second time this year to Cumberland Gap.
It's tough.
Very tough. Gap, first time this year, got the Indians very late on a PK with 3 minutes left, ended up beating Oneida 4-3. This time, a little different scenario.
Well, that game would have been at Oneida last night, correct?
If we would have won that game earlier this year, it would have been at Oneida last night, yes.
Yeah.
But that loss sent us over to Gap last night. Gap jumped up 4-0 in the first half. Couple of quick goals early. One of them probably a little questionable if it should have been a goal due to an offsides. But 4-0 at the half. Indians give up 2 more in the second half. They lose 6-0 in the district championship. But give the ladies credit. 10 Lady Indians last night named either first team or second team all district.
Wow.
Last night.
What talent on that
including
team.
including Aaliyah Douglas, Alexia Jones, and Rory Blevins. All 3 of those ladies named Offensive Player of the Year, Midfielder of the Year, and Defensive Player of the Year.
Now they're going on to the region tournament now.
Yes, they will. They do advance to the region tournament. The region tournament first round will be held Tuesday. We will travel to Loudon on Tuesday. So it will be a tough contest, no doubt about it. But you've got 6 really strong seniors right there that are going to make a push to try to get this thing into the region championship. You get to the region championship game, you may be going back to Gap for a third time. So that third time may be the charm.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened last year, too.
Seems like it comes down to those 2 teams.
It usually does.
Yeah.
And last year, Oneida lost that regular season game but turned around and won the district and the region title over them.
Yeah.
So this year, Oneida's lost both so far in the regular season and that district. They want that. They're hungry for that third meet up against them. There's no doubt about that, because if you win that game next Thursday against Gap, if that's the case, you host that sub-state game on Saturday, and that's whenever you get that chance to finally get to that next level and get to that state tournament.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Bo. Guys, we're going to take a break. When we return, John Nail is going to catch us up on some history of this game when we return to the Baby J's Pizza pregame report right after this.
At Big South Fork Medical Center, our dedicated team of medical professionals are available 24/7 should you or your family need high-quality care. We have an emergency room, inpatient unit, and a range of outpatient services. Big South Fork Medical Center, your local hospital where we're small enough to care, but large enough to heal. For more information on what we have to offer, you can visit our website, www.bsfmedical.com.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, and what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools, we got it. Paint and cleaning supplies, we got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care, we got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
Welcome back to the IHSN pregame report brought to you by Baby J's Pizza. It's now time for John L. And John, you're going to catch us up on a little bit of history with the Wildcats.
Yeah, and it is just a little bit of history when you think about it. Of course, tonight will be game 916 of Oneida football in the 88th year of Oneida football. The Indians have 586 wins, 317 losses, and 12 ties. This year, Oneida is off to a 3-4. I want to say start, but we're in game 7, or game 8, so that's not really true. After a loss to Rockwood I should say 2 weeks ago, the Indians are 48-31-1 in Week 7 games. Tonight will be only the 6th meeting all-time with the Monterey Wildcats. Oneida is 4-1 in those previous meetings, and then they won the first meeting going back to 1983, 43-6, and then last year, of course, they won in what me and Mark talked about to start this thing off, 20-13, but in a game that I felt like Oneida really dominated from start to finish, but it was just 20-13 last year in that win for Oneida. Coach Jimmy May is in his second year as head coach of the Indians. His overall coaching record 12-8. The Indians can possibly avoid a fourth place finish in Region 2A tonight with a win, but there'll have to be some other things take place with a little help if that's the case, as I understand it. So again, only dates back to 83. This matchup played in 83, 84, 89, 90, 2021, and of course this year is the 6 times that these teams will match up. So in that short-lived series, Oneida 4 wins and 1 loss. That's a pretty good record.
I believe we may have been a part of that one lot. Was it 84?
84 was the one loss. It was a 14-7 loss.
Yeah, up at our place, and we got to experience that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The only time they beat us. Yeah. Tough.
So there you have it.
All righty. That was a short segment.
Well, there's only 6 games.
We'll go ahead and take another 2-minute break. When we return, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we're going to, okay. And when we return, we'll go to the Roarks Pharmacy scouting report right after this from our sponsors.
Bill Armstrong with the Big South Fork Air Park. 15 years now we've been in Scott County, and a customer of First National Bank 15 years. It's important to us to use a community bank. First National Bank has always been our bank. They're large enough to service any needs you have, but there's a sense of community here. It's nice doing business with people that you know, and they know your name. So that's why we use First National Bank.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made metal monsters. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail slate.
Located at 205 East 3rd Avenue in Oneida, Mark's Family Pharmacy is open 6 days a week with a drive-through window for your convenience. But we're more than just a pharmacy. Check us out for gift ideas like plush animals, Candleberry Company candles and fragrances, designer earrings, caps, toys, and more. There's something for everyone at Mark's Family Pharmacy. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Welcome back to the IHSN pregame report brought to you by Baby J's Pizza. It's now time for the Roark's Pharmacy Scouting Report. Roark's Pharmacy, shaped by the unique community we serve. Mark?
I got to get my light turned on here.
Yeah, it's a little dark up here on top.
Can't see. Monterey Wildcats, that's who we're facing tonight. They're 5-2 overall, 1-1 in the region. Their head coach is Scott Hughes. He's 58-40. By the way, this is all pretty much from Bo Kid. So just to verify that, he's in his 9th season. He's 58-40 overall. He won the 7A championship in 2014. Lost to Coalfield in the semifinals. I don't know if y'all remember that game or any of you watched it, but good ball game there. Region 4A champs in 2019. He's 29-11 since 2019. That's pretty good stuff.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff. Here's the their schedule this season. They played at Cannon County, first game of the season, won that one 50-14. At Cumberland County, 33-0 win. Then they went to York, a 5-2 York team. They lost that one 34-20. Went to Stone Memorial, 7-1 Stone Memorial, 18-7 loss. Good football team, Stone Memorial.
Absolutely.
Only lost to them 18-7. Played Rockwood. Beat them 28-14. Tennessee Heat, 28-13. Lakeway Christian, which was last week before. They may have had a bye week. 30-21 win there. Of course, Oneida, they played tonight. Bledsoe County and at Wartburg for the final game of the season. They averaged 28 points a game. Opponents 16 points a game, so that means they got a pretty good defense. Last year we won this ball game up at our place, 20-13. And good ball game for the Indians all the way around that night. Offensively, you'll see them get in a pistol formation, which is what they basically ran against Lakeway Christian. Shotgun one back, double wing pistol, shotgun two back, and I seen them against Rockwood. They lined up and mashed on them. It was just back and forth with those guys. You know how Rockwood is.
Oh, yeah.
They like to mash on you, too, but they got in the I formation there. Seen them basically in a 4-3 front, some 5-3 against Rockwood. Rockwood, of course, likes to run the football, so they're going to add an extra lineman against them. Don't know what we'll see tonight. According to Oneida, is going to try to establish the run, maybe seeing them in a 5-man front, but probably in a 4-3 spread because we're going to probably try to spread them out. Really good pursuit across the front seven, across the line of scrimmage. They get to the football really well, and they're awful big. They're big across the front too, and they're very good against the run. Watch the Rockwood game, man, and nobody runs the ball better than Rockwood, and they was able to handle old big number 7 for Rockwood pretty well. Penalties really hurt Rockwood in that game. They had several penalties in that ball game. It was a 28-14 win for Monterey, but penalties all night long just really hurt them. Key players. This thanks to Bo Kid again here. Mason Bowman, we seen him last year coming into that football game. We talked about him in the pregame, and he's the guy. He's the one. You got to handle him. You got to handle the quarterback. But Mason Bowman, 182 yards a game. He's their all-time leading rusher here at Monterey High School. 143 attempts, 1,275 yards. Guys, that's amazing. 9 touchdowns on the year, 9 yards per carry. Just amazing statistics there. Matthew Montgomery, he's their quarterback. Don't throw the ball just a great deal. They like to stick to the run if they can, but they will throw the ball when needed. He's 41 of 87 on the year, 600 yards, 4 touchdowns, 15 yards per attempt. And he's also got 42 attempts, 231 yards rushing. So he's a multifaceted quarterback. He can run the ball.
And Mr. Montgomery is also the all-time leading passer for Monterey.
Really?
He's the all-time leading passer for Monterey as well. But you go back to Bowman, that young man had 1,330 yards 2 years ago and rushed for over 1,700 last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're looking at a young man that's already eclipsed 4,000 yards.
Yeah, and
in the last 3 years.
I was talking to Kevin last night. Was talking a little bit about Bowman, and we was trying to remember how many rushing yards that he had against us. I think they only had like 50 or 60 rushing yards in the first half.
Yeah.
So the Indians did a really good job on him last year. Eli Sailors, he's their leading receiver. 10 receptions, 161 yards. Like I say, they don't throw the football just a great deal. 1 touchdown, 16 yards per catch.
Yep.
That's pretty great. Byron Borjas. Only 6 receptions, but 145 yards.
Oh, yeah, 24
yards of reception. Guess who else catches the ball every now and then? Mason
Bowman out of the backfield. Absolutely.
5 catches, 135 yards, 1 touchdown, 27 yards of reception
out of the backfield.
Yeah, he can make it happen. So I really believe that these Oneida Indians are going to have to step up big time tonight on defense. If you can take care of old number 4 and number 18, their quarterback, we got a shot.
If you look at that schedule, though, that you talked about that they have played thus far this year, the York game 34-20, Stone Memorial 18-7, and then you look down there, the Tennessee Heat game, they gave up 13, gave up 21 to Lakeway Christian. All of those teams like to go to the air.
Yes, and Lakeway Christian was watching the film last night about midnight. And Lakeway Christian throw the football pretty well and threw it really well against this bunch. Hadn't won a game.
Yeah.
Hadn't won a game all season. So I think we can move. I think we can move it through the air tonight. I think we have to pass to maybe set up the run, get them spread out.
Agreed.
And maybe hit them a little bit underneath there with the run, and I think we got a shot.
Agree.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. That was the Roarks Pharmacy Scouting Report. Roarks Pharmacy, shaped by the unique community we serve. And we thank them for sponsoring tonight's Scouting Report, brought to you by Mark Matthews and Bo Kidd. We're going to take another break, and when we return, John L. is going to catch us up on weeks 10 and the first, no, that would be the second
Playoff
and
2 and
third
3
week of the playoffs. In 1992, when we won the state championship, and just real quick, I want to remind everybody that all those players from that championship is going to have a reunion next week at Oneida, so we'll be sure and be around for that.
Yep, and we'll try to talk about that a little more throughout the broadcast to remind everybody of that. So that's a big deal.
All right, this is the pregame report brought to you by Baby J's Pizza.
Keith Markham from Markham's Furniture and Appliances.
I'd like to invite you to come shop with us at Markham's Furniture and Appliance. Been in business since 1949, locally owned, family owned. We offer the largest selection of furniture and appliances in Scott County. We offer the same-day delivery. Financing is available with a finance company. If you don't see what you like, we're always glad to special order it. Appliances we can normally have within a week. Furniture normally would take about 4 to 5 weeks if we special order it. Thank you.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott High Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
Hi, I'm Michael Laxton, President and CEO of United Cumberland Bank. At UCB, we know that being involved in the community is really important, and the Chamber is just one of the ways that we do that. We do outreach through the schools. Specifically, we love local sports programs, helped out with several playgrounds across our markets. Any way we can help in the community and get involved, we try to be involved in all of our communities and markets. Our customers are our neighbors too. As a community bank, we want to be part of the community.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools, we got it. Paint and cleaning supplies, we got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care, we got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
Welcome back to the IHSN pregame report brought to you by Baby J's Pizza. And now it's time for us to take a look back at the 92 championship season. We're going to look at playoffs number 2 and 3.
Yeah, game 2 of the playoff season that year, 1992, as the Indians are marching toward a state championship, as we all know. They would once again be facing a familiar opponent from that year. That would be Copper Basin. They had played Copper Basin 4 weeks earlier, and guys, Tim had a little note about this, and I remember the same thing. We were all kind of nervous about playing a team for the second time, but that was not a matter of fact because Oneida won 44-0 that night, and they hammered Copper Basin. And the scoring went like this. Scott Owens started it off with an 18-yard TD run, and then he followed that up with a 66-yard punt return for a touchdown. Stan Pennington also threw a touchdown pass to Josh Thompson for 11 yards, and then Doug Pike scored his 17th and 18th touchdown of the year. The second one of those was 70-yard run. Byron Billingsley was perfect 4-4 on extra points, and he added a 24-yard field goal. Oneida also came up with 3 interceptions that night. Doug Pike, Eddie Sharp, and Aaron Terry had those. Tim Rosenbaum with a scoop and score from 25 yards out also sealed the deal, and the victory would provide a matchup with the winner of number 4 Trousdale County and then number 8 East Robertson, and we know the winner of that would be Trousdale, and so that set up playoff game number 3. And as we said, they were ranked 4th in the state at that time, and they were also the 1990 single A state champions. And they had only lost once on the season, and that was to top 10 ranked Spring Hill. And then, so what we saw in that night was, as I'm trying to read here under a light like Mark was, Trousdale had 171 yards on 35 carries. Of course, they loved to run it, as Oneida did, and the stats that caught my eye on that was they had 171 yards on 35 carries. Oneida had 173 yards on 36 carries. So Oneida's offensive line, as they had done all year long, they came up big on this night. Oneida completed 4 of 6 passes, including a 70-yard first strike from the arm of Scott Owens to Mark Martin. I'll read that again. 77-yard pass from Scott Owens to Mark Martin, and that gave Oneida a 7-0 lead. The big blow was a 60-yard scamper from Doug Pike for his 19th touchdown of the year, and Oneida carried a 14-0 lead into the half. Byron Billingsley would knock in a 34-yard field goal, and that would give them a 3-score advantage. Lamont Calhoun would add a late score for the Jackets, but the Indians advanced to the semifinals 17-8, and then the next opponent would be the Greenback Cherokee. So that's what we're going to set up for next week. Going into the Final Four.
You forgot you left a line out here about the offensive line, John.
Did not.
Yeah, you didn't say anything about that. And
I spoke to the offensive
you've
line.
left about, you always leave. You want to just the glory boys. That's all you care about.
It's glory hounds, by the way.
Us big uglies need some loving.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
No. Hey. And we want to take this opportunity, of course, to remind everybody that next Friday, members of that 92 championship team are going to be in town. They've got a reunion next Friday from 5 until 7. So everybody that's a part of that 92 championship team, be at the school, they're going to have a lunch, I think, or dinner, and going to reminisce and just be together from 5 till 7 at the school next Friday.
Yeah, that's a big thing coming up next Friday. But coming this Monday is the second half of the Sparky Woods interview on Monday night, the Black Cap Monday Night Show, the Round Table. And if you haven't seen the first part yet, you need to go back and you need to watch that. It's fantastic. But this second part is even better. Even better. It's just great. I so enjoyed it, and all of us got to see it, and just if you haven't watched that though, the first half, go ahead and get that done. But tune in Monday night because that's going to be a great deal.
Probably not 15 people have seen that second part.
Yeah,
and I would almost say that second part is almost 3 times as good as the first part. The first part's great.
Yes, it is.
Very enjoyable, but there's some stories in this second part.
Oh, wow.
And I wouldn't even hint at giving away anything because he tells them, you can just tell he's reliving those stories as Coach Woods is telling them. But if you're just wondering, there might be a Johnny Major story in there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Oh, that'd be real interesting. Yeah. All right, we're going to take another break. When we return, we're going to get the comments from Coach Jimmy May about tonight's contest, looking offensively and defensively, what we can expect from Monterey when we return to the Baby J's Pizza pregame report.
At Big South Fork Medical Center, our dedicated team of medical professionals are available 24/7 should you or your family need high-quality care. We have an emergency room, inpatient unit, and a range of outpatient services. Big South Fork Medical Center, your local hospital where we're small enough to care, but large enough to heal. For more information on what we have to offer, you can visit our website, www.bsfmedical.com.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, and what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
Bill Armstrong with the Big South Fork Air Park. 15 years now we've been in Scott County, and a customer of First National Bank 15 years. It's important to us to use a community bank. First National Bank has always been our bank. They're large enough to service any needs you have, but there's a sense of community here. It's nice doing business with people that you know, and they know your name. So that's why we use First National Bank.
Located at 205 East 3rd Avenue in Oneida, Mark's Family Pharmacy is open 6 days a week with a drive-through window for your convenience. But we're more than just a pharmacy. Check us out for gift ideas like plush animals, Candleberry Company candles and fragrances, designer earrings, caps, toys, and more. There's something for everyone at Mark's Family Pharmacy. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday.
I apologize twice, so you'll have to wait.
Welcome back to the Baby J's Pizza pregame report here on the IHSN. I had a chance to sit down earlier with Coach Jimmy May and talk to him a little bit about tonight's game and ask him about what we can expect from Monterey offensively this evening.
Well, their offense is led by their quarterback, Matthew Montgomery. He's been starting there for a number of years. He's, about 6'1", about 230. He's a big quarterback and throws the ball. Runs a lot of, the quarterback read on a sweep. And he's hard to bring down. And, it goes through him first and to the Mason Bowman at running back. He was All-State last year, I think. Outstanding running back the last couple of years and have another good senior year. Those two really propel the offense. They're going to, they're going to run counters with him and quarterback reads with him, and also get out there and throw it. But it's going, it's going to be a challenge for us because their size up front and different formations they present us. We're going to have to, see if we can slow them down, run the ball, because that's their number one thing. And try to get off the field so we can get the ball back to the offense.
All right, then I had the opportunity right after that, of course, to ask him about them defensively.
Their defense, they'll play an odd front. They also play an even front up, depending on what you're doing. Throwing the ball, running the ball. The two middle linebackers, Bowman and Montgomery, the two quarterback and running back. Very talented. They're going to try to funnel everything to them. Big defensive tackle also. They're going to try to keep you from getting outside, and that's what we're going to have to use, our speed and athleticism on the edges, and try to use our passing game, see if we can just spread them out and isolate them, and we're going to have good pass protection, and we're also going to have to be able to run the ball just a little bit to be successful because they're outstanding on defense also.
All right, we want to thank Coach Jimmy May for taking time out to talk with us and catch us up on that. We're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute break, and when we return, we'll have the lineups for tonight's game right after this.
Forget the bucket. Stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit T&T Car Wash in Oneida. T&T Car Wash features the latest in touch-free car wash technology. T&T's touchless automatic wash bays are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash, including a wheel brush option. Want to wash it yourself? T&T also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior, both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, T&T Car Wash, Oneida.
At Big South Fork Medical Center, our dedicated team of medical professionals are available 24/7 should you or your family need high-quality care. We have an emergency room, inpatient unit, and a range of outpatient services. Big South Fork Medical Center, your local hospital where we're small enough to care, but large enough to heal. For more information on what we have to offer, you can visit our website, www.bsfmedical.com.
Keith Markham from Markham's Furniture and Appliances.
I'd like to invite you to come shop with us at Markham's Furniture and Appliances. Been in business since 1949, locally owned, family owned. We offer the largest selection of furniture and appliances in Scott County. We offer the same-day delivery. Financing is available with a finance company. If you don't see what you like, we're always glad to special order it. Appliances we can normally have within a week. Furniture normally would take about 4 to 5 weeks if we special order it. Thank you.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
Well, this is a big game for us. You know, it's our last region game. It's our last regular season road game of the season, also, and we have to come down and we got to try to win the game. To get back to 2-2 in the region, and try to get some tiebreakers over some people, and so we don't end up fourth. Because if we lose, we're going to be fourth, and that means we're going to have to go to Hampton in the first round. But we want to try to get this win, get on the road, and try to get on the roll a little bit with 2 home games coming up, and we've not had an easy schedule. Every game's been tough. We've had some kids banged up. We've had injuries. We just keep fighting through it. It's a long year. We've had a week off. That's been great for us to recover, and we've had 2 good weeks of practice, and hopefully that'll translate into victory on Friday night. Like I said, we want to try to get a win. So Monterey already has a loss in the region, and we have 2, so we can't afford any more. And last year we ended up in a 3-way tie with Rockwood, and so we got to try to get a win, put some pressure on some other people to win, and see where it falls. And we'll go down there and be competitive tomorrow night, and I think we'll be okay if we just show up, play hard, and we'll give ourselves a chance to win.
Once again, that was Coach Jimmy May and his final thoughts coming into tonight's game. Gentlemen, I want to make one statement here as we get ready to get started. We're on top of the press box. This is an absolute fantastic facility. I don't know if anybody remembers or not, but they completely tore down the old facility and everything just about 5 years ago, built everything back, including the football field. So it's a great facility. The press box underneath our feet looks like something you'd see in a small college. It's fantastic, but I wish we was in there because this is going to get cold.
Yeah, well, I don't know if this isn't the best seat in the house. I really believe that. I mean, we've got a view, man. This is a fantastic field. The field conditions are really good, and the weather's nice, and it's going to be in the low 50s tonight. So just a great night for football.
And you can pictures being brought to you by Lucas down there, and you can see that the Indians have, including the cheerleaders are matching the Indians tonight with a little bit of a different color scheme, Mark.
A little
color
different
scheme on our.
Oh yeah, white with our white jerseys and our gray pants. Looking good. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to see the numbers all the way out from the distance we're at. But Tim's got good eyesight. So.
All right, this is going to conclude the IHSN pregame report brought to you by Baby J's Pizza. We're going to take a 1-minute break. When we return, we'll have the Oneida Indians and the Monterey Wildcats coming up right after this.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made metal monsters. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail sleep.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools, we got it. Paint and cleaning supplies, we got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care, we got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
Welcome back to Monterey, Tennessee and Medley Field. As it's the Oneida Indians and the Monterey Wildcats. This is the fourth and final region game for the Indians tonight. And of course, a lot on the line. Hoping to at least finish third and hopefully stay away from fourth place finish and headed to Hampton.
All right, Kevin, the toss has occurred. The Indians won the toss tonight.
We've been pretty good on those.
That's exactly right. The Indians will defer to the second half. Monterey, of course, are going to receive the football, and they will move left to right. If you're viewing your dial on the radio tonight, if you're watching on the live stream, then I'm just redundant by telling you they're moving left to right. You'll see that soon enough. The Oneida Indians, the Monterey Wildcats. Oneida comes in 3-4 off a loss to Rockwood 2 weeks ago that was so close late in the third quarter, but the Indians weren't able to pull it out, and it severely changed their fortunes coming into this one tonight. So there is something to play for to give yourself a chance to go to third. It seems unlikely scenario, but it's possible. It involves Oneida winning tonight. That's not unlikely, I don't think. The Indians can match up with this Monterey team. They surprised them a year ago. The unlikely part may be waiting on the help from somebody else. It could happen. Bledsoe County is capable of defeating Monterey next week. So you could see a scenario where the Indians wind up being the third in the district or in the region, but it would involve also some help in the York-Rockwood game. So that's the implications. But tonight we're just worried about Oneida, 3-4, and Monterey, 5-2, squaring off. You hear the train horn. It's a great fall football night. It's cool. They've got us up as high as you can be in this stadium, up on the cafeteria roof. As we look down, you can see that camera angle pretty steep. Lucas Laxton's up here. The wind's whipping. You'll hear it in our microphones tonight. But it's not ice cold. It's just chilly and fall football weather. So for everybody here, Bo Kidd, Lucas Laxton, got John Strunk, Mark Matthews, Kevin Akers. This is Tim Smith saying thanks for joining us for Oneida football here on the IH Sports Network. Of course, Ben Garrett getting this thing together and producing, always watching like Roz on Monsters. Greg Bond right now. The Indians will kick right to left. Oneida in the road. White jerseys, orange numerals, white helmets with the orange O emblazoned with the spear and the orange stripe. They've got gray pants to match with that tonight in an orange stripe down the side with the checkerboard ending. Monterey's going with a blackout tonight. They're in black jerseys and pants with purple numerals trimmed in white. They've got the white helmets with the, you see that midfield Wildcat emblazoned on the side of those white helmets. And now it's going to be Luke Barna to make his way to the football. The kick is in the air from the 40, end over ending its way. Monterey fields at the 10, up to the 15, up to the 20, 25-yard line, making a move out to the 30. Nice hard hit and still driving forward. What a return from Monterey out to the 40-yard line where the offense will set up. Up front for Monterey is a pretty young line, 3 sophomores, Gabriel Montejo, Daniel Hernandez, Colt Elrod, Hudson Thompson's a senior on the line, as is James Henry. The tight end is Byron Boras. He's a senior. The receivers, Michael Allred, Aiden Reagan, and watch out for number 2, Eli Sailors. The running back you heard Mark talk about a lot, Mason Bowman. He's number 4. And the quarterback is Matthew Montgomery, and he is a senior. We'll set the Oneida defense, but first Monterey from their own 40. Taking the snap. Montgomery fakes to Bowman. Now he's running up through the middle across the 45 to the 50 and into Oneida territory all the way down to the Indian 44, where it's going to be a first down on the first play for Monterey, a gain of about 16. For the Oneida defense up front, the ends will be John Selby and Isaac Martin. The tackles, Will Jefferson, Caden Terry. The nose guard, Caleb Harness. The linebackers will be Elijah Phillips and Peyton Smart, Landon Lindbergh, Tate West, Levi James, and I'm looking to make sure who our next starter is, because we know we're without tonight. And so this is going to be a handoff this time. Sweeping around the left side is going to be Monterey inside the 40-yard line. And this on the carry is Michael Allred, so a receiver on the run. So as I look down there, we have Levi James, Landon Lindbergh. We are pretty
Weston Hurst.
There you go, Weston Hurst. There's your 4th starter. Thank you, Mark. Now it's going to be 2nd down and 2 for Monterey at the Oneida 36-yard line. Shotgun or a running back to either side, 2 receivers right, wide side of the field. Here's the snap. And again, the fake to Allred. This is going to be Montgomery. Sheds a tackle. He's 35. He's to the 30. He's down to the 25-yard line, all the way to the 24, and it's going to be a 1st and 10. Monterey moving down the field as I set the lineups, and they're inside the 25-yard line on this first drive.
Had a shot to stop him in the backfield. John Selby back there, but couldn't bring him down. And that's one thing we didn't discuss, John, early, was that when we get a chance to make the tackle, we got to do it tonight.
Yeah, you got to get the cat on the ground that's got the ball, and in that play, the black team won.
So now shotgun, a pair of receivers to either side. Montgomery, the quarterback, and a whistle before the play. And this would indicate some movement against the Wildcats early. It is going to cost them 5 yards. Takes it from the 24 to the 29. And the first misstep for this offense tonight costs them 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15.
Of course, when you're getting 14, 15 yards, a carry here so far, that's not going to be a big deal.
They are chunk playing us right now. Oneida's defense is going to have to bow up.
All right, so 1st and 15 now from the shotgun. Montgomery takes the snap. He's looking left, still looking. Little hook pattern. Now he goes back to the right side. His 3rd receiver, and he hits him down inside the 25-yard line. Probably a gain of about 6 here on the pass. Allred again makes the reception, Michael Allred. So it's going to be 2nd down and 9. Monterey needs the Oneida 14 for a fresh set of downs.
Big lick right there by Peyton Smart.
Yeah, it was a big lick. The pocket held for Monterey, though, guys, and the quarterback felt no pressure as he stood in there to make that strike.
1 receiver to the right, a trio lined up to the left. Here's the snap. They're going to give to the back man. Oneida advances on him. A great tackle, bringing down Allred again. This time Levi James comes up from that safety position and makes the stop for no gain. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, you got to get up there and wrap them up and bring them down as soon as they catch the football, or they're going to hurt you.
Yeah, kind of surprised that they're going to the passing game here, guys, as well as that running game is working for them. Just the first couple of plays, I'd be surprised if you don't see the quarterback right here get a lead blocker out in front of him and go for it.
No carries for Bowman.
No, it's coming.
3rd down and 9. Montgomery from the shotgun. Bowman to his right. A trio of receivers to his right. He's rolling that way. He's looking. He's going to go on the medium out pattern. It's tipped incomplete on the hook. Who got the hand on that? It's going to be Levi James, who gets the hand in there, knocks the pass incomplete. Now it's 4th and 9. This wind, it's hard to tell from up here. From up here, it feels like it's blowing into the face of the Wildcats, but it could be different down there on the field. It's going to be 4th and 9. Monterey needs the Oneida 14. 8:42 to play first quarter.
Good coverage right there.
It was tight coverage. And talk about our perch up here, Tim. We're so high that there's another bunch of folks that are covering the game. They're using a drone. We're looking down on the drone. The drone was flying around a while ago, and I was looking at the top of it. That's how high we are.
All right, so here we go from the shotgun. 4th and 9, needing the 14. Montgomery. Oneida showing blitz from the right side. Montgomery takes the snap. He's hit as he throws. It's going to sail.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Into the end zone. What a catch. It's a touchdown. What a play. Into the end zone. He was hit as he threw, but Eli Sailors went up among a trio of defenders. It was put in the only place it could be, and it winds up being a 24-yard touchdown strike for the Monterey Wildcats to start this thing off.
What a strong kid they got at quarterback in Montgomery, and he had a defender hanging on him and still made that throw into coverage, but threw it where it needed to be.
Here's the extra point attempt. It is up. Extra point attempt is good. Timeout on the field. We'll take the break with your score. Monterey 7, Oneida 0.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
Forget the bucket. Stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit TNT Car Wash in Oneida. TNT Car Wash features the latest in touch-free car wash technology. TNT's touchless automatic wash bays are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash, including a wheel brush option. Want to wash it yourself? TNT also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior, both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, TNT Car Wash, Oneida.
Welcome back to action. Landon Lindbergh picks it up at the 10, takes it out across the 20 to the 22-yard line, and that's where the Oneida Indians will set up for their 1st and 10 tonight. The first possession for Oneida. Monterey with the 7-0 lead here out of the break. They scored on their first possession. Oneida's going to have to answer. For the Indians up front, Jaden Birchfield's the center. The guards are Caden Terry and Aiden May. The tackles are John Selby and Cam Cash. The tight end, Isaac Martin. Receivers, Tate West, Levi James, Landon Lindbergh. Fullback is Elijah Phillips. The tailback tonight starting off will be TJ Meredith, and your quarterback is the junior, Caden Rector. From the shotgun, Rector with Meredith to his left. Wide side of the field to that left side. Single receiver right, 2 to the left. Here's the snap, Rector. He's rolling to his left, looking. Fires the pass. It's going to be complete to Tate West up to the 28-yard line, and that will be a gain of about 5 on first down for the Indians. Defensively for Monterey, the defensive line, Cyrus Farley, Jalen Rigdon, Caden Moglen. The linebackers, Cole Bowman, Aiden Reagan, Logan Montgomery, Byron Boros. The corners, Luke Blaylock and Jacob Hobson. The safeties, Michael Allred and Eli Sailors. He's the man that caught that touchdown pass just a few moments ago. Now the Indians with a 2nd down and 5. They'll snap from their 28-yard line. Going to be Meredith shifting to the left. Tight end shifts from left to right. That's the wide side of the field. Here's the snap, and it's going to be a handoff to TJ Meredith. He's hit and dropped for a loss of yardage back to the 25. It's going to be a loss of 3, and we'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Indians with 7:35 and ticking here in the first quarter.
The defender almost took the handoff, Mark. I mean, they were back there, and I was about to make a comment, that they're playing pass. They're showing a 4-man front. The 2 linebackers are just staying home, but they got home into the backfield before TJ could even get his footing under him.
Yeah, and it
received the football.
Looks like they've got into a 3-3 stack on defense now.
Lindbergh and Hurst split to the right. Pair of receivers to the left, running back to the left of the quarterback, dropping back on 3rd and 8. Rector looking, has time, surveys the middle of the field. Levi James makes the catch at the 35-yard line up to the 38, and that will be a First National Bank first down. The sophomore makes the reception. A lot of time, good protection for the Indians.
Great protection for the Indians. He had plenty of time to throw. Levi James coming across the field there on a slant, and he hit him right in the numbers.
And it's a great point. Our offensive line, the play before, struggled with the run protection, but they've been good all year long with the pass protection and showing it again on that play.
1st and 10, Oneida at their own 37-yard line here from the shotgun Rector. Running back to the left, a pair of receivers to either side. The snap, the give to that running back, T.J. Meredith. He tries to leap through the tackle of a would-be defender. He gets no extra yardage, might lose about a foot from the look of the spot of the football. It will be 2nd and long for Oneida at their own 37.75. That's what I call it.
Mark, in your film study of Monterey, did they show the 3-3 stack?
No, they didn't. No, didn't see it any.
I think we have seen almost every team that we played this year has shown us a 3-3 at some point in time.
So we ought to know what's coming.
Yeah, and I don't know if something they're seeing in film study that gives us fits or what, but it seems like it happens every week.
Elijah Phillips, the wing back to the left, 2 receivers over there. That's the wide side of the field. 1 receiver split right, running back to the right of Rector. Here's 2nd down and a long 10. Rector rolling left, got pressure, dumps it off for Phillips. It's going to be incomplete at his feet as he was being pushed in the pocket by Mason Montgomery there.
Yeah, and that's hard. That's a hard throw to make when you're rolling away like that, and Caden just couldn't come across his body with that. Plus, he had the defensive end breathing down his neck, John.
Yeah, the linebacker, the outside linebacker in the 3-3, he was flooding that way and got right up in his face, and he wasn't able to get his feet set. He's rolling to his left. He's a right-handed quarterback, just wasn't able to get his body turned and get anything on that pass at all.
5:38 to play here in the first quarter. Monterey scored on their first possession. Oneida faces a 3rd down. They need their own 48-yard line for a 1st and 10. It's 3rd and 10 from the shotgun. Rector running back to the left. Trio of receivers to the left. Creeping up linebacker. Here's Rector dropping back. Still pretty good time. He'll fire across the middle. Too tall. He wanted Levi James again. James had worked open a bit. Just couldn't make the connection on the pass. That'll stop the clock with 5:32 to go here in the first quarter. Puts Oneida in a punting situation. And Mason Bowman will be deep to return, trying to get his first touch of the game.
Yeah.
Back here as a punt returner standing at the 30.
Kick away from him. If you can, kick away from him.
Kick it to me. I'm up here.
Reese Kennedy, the sophomore, will be punting from the Oneida 25-yard line with 5:32 to play in the first quarter. Kennedy from the 25 fields the snap. Good protection. Here's the punt from Kennedy.
Very nice.
High hanger. Bowman backing up. It's going to bounce, takes kind of a neutral roll, and it's going to be downed by the Indians back at the 26-yard line. So Monterey sees Oneida get a 1st down, but they're able to hold following that. 6 plays for the Indians, and now it's going to be Monterey's 2nd chance with the football. We saw them run early, get in some trouble, and then come up with a miracle touchdown.
Still 35, too fresh. I don't want to talk
35
about
yards. 35 yards.
Going to have to show something here on defense, show that we can slow them down, and we didn't slow them down on that first drive.
From the 27-yard line, Montgomery in the shotgun. This time he'll give to Bowman off the left side. A lot of attention paid. The Indians are able to grab him and ride him down to the ground after a gain of about 3 as he falls forward. Maybe 2.5. It'll be 2nd and a long 7. 5 minutes to go, first quarter, with Monterey leading 7-0 here on this Friday night.
Yeah, and Bowman between the tackles. Didn't have just a bunch of luck running against Rockwood when he ran between the tackles, but when he got on the edge, man, he's just tough to stop.
Montgomery with a pair of receivers to either side takes the snap, again gives to Bowman, and this time he breaks free of the initial defenders. Now he's got blockings 45, 50. 45 makes the move, tripped up there by Levi James at the 45 of Oneida, and Bowman stumbles down inside the 40 to the 38, picking up a sizable run and a 1st down for the Wildcats here at home.
And, man, we had a chance right there to bring him down early, but I just wasn't able to corral him.
Oneida was in a 5-man front that play, and, just able to get someone come out and got a hat on a linebacker, and it was just enough for him to pull away at the line of scrimmage. And now he's in one run, Bowman has flipped the field for Monterey.
Now at the Oneida 38, Matthew Montgomery in the shotgun. Bowman to his left. Trio of receivers to the right. That's the wide side of the field. Here's the snap. Fakes to Bowman. Montgomery's going to keep, sheds the first tackle. Now it's going to be brought down as he gets inside the 35 all the way to the 32. And Bowman makes a good run there of about 6 yards on first down. It will bring up a 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, and what I just noticed is old number 21 is back there at safety, T.J. Meredith. So he's playing some defense. He was back on kick return earlier. So TJ's building back into that role again and getting more and more snaps.
You got to think the off week last week is going to help in that.
Absolutely.
In that case, getting back into shape.
2nd down 4 here in game number 8. Monterey from the shotgun. Montgomery brings the slot receiver in motion. Now hands it off. Bowman trying to get out to the right side. He's going to cut it up. He was forced to cut it up by Landon Lindbergh, and he takes it just outside the 30-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down, and we'll call it 3.
Yeah, Lindbergh grabbed a hold of him, kept him from getting to the edge, and just got a hold of him and hung on till he got help coming.
So at the 31-yard line, 3rd down and 3. 3 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Monterey scored on their first drive. Big 3rd down here from the shotgun. Montgomery with Bowman to his left, 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left on 3rd and 3. Slot receiver right comes in motion across the formation. Here's the snap. Montgomery stepping left, looking at the middle. Hit as he throws. It's going to be incomplete. And again, Oneida is able to force a 4th down on a Monterey drive. Now, last time it turned into a touchdown pass. This time, Monterey needs just 3 yards. It's 4th down and 3.
Yeah, Aiden Frazier playing that defensive end position. He wouldn't let him get to the outside, made him step up in the pocket, and then just fought through the block and hit him right as he was throwing the football, John.
Oh, it's a tight set on 4th and 3.
What is this?
Montgomery is a wing back, a trio of backs up near the line. Here's the snap and the give, trying to sweep off the right side. The Indians are going to stuff it and stop it at the 30. It's going to be a turnover on downs. Monterey tries to run to the right, and the Indians are ready for it, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. Oneida will have it 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Man, how big is that?
It's a big-time stop because you do not want to go down 2 scores here on the road.
I think they're
as good as Monterey is, and as good as that back is that they have standing back there and their quarterback, they can get up on you and then they can just grind on you as well.
So, I mean, you've watched some Monterey. I've watched some, but I haven't seen that. And is that something you think they installed? They had an off week last week thinking that it would work good against the Indians?
No, I've seen them run.
Did they not run that last year against us a little bit?
I believe they did.
That triple stack side.
And I've seen them against Lakeway Christian. They ran that set a little bit.
All right, 2:22 to play first quarter. The Indian defense comes up with a stop. Now Oneida's in a tight set. Caden Rector from the shotgun brings Weston Hurst, now the running back, to his right. The line comes set on 1st and 10 from their own 30. Here's the snap. Rector, he's rolling to his right. He escapes the pocket.
Buddy,
he's at the 30. He's at the 35. Skips out of bounds just shy of the sticks, I think. Let's see where they spot him. Looks like it's the 39. But the junior quarterback gets around the corner and picks up 8 of 10 needed yards.
Yeah, pretty good protection there. Of course, he rolled out to the right there, but nothing from the back side, and it was able to get there and on the edge and get up the sideline and get close to 1st down yardage.
Yeah, I think he read the play perfectly because the pressure was there and the play was still developing for his receivers. Nobody was open. He took all the green in front of him and made the most out of it.
2nd and 1 from their own 39-yard line from the shotgun. Rector. He'll take the snap, gives to Hurst, needing a yard, bangs into the right side of the line. I don't think he got any. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. It will be 3rd down and 1, trying to push off that right side, and Monterey was in there quickly.
Yeah, they're really tough against the run, and like I said earlier in the pregame report, Rockwood had a tough time running against this bunch, so they're very good against the run.
You're talking about the Royal Pharmacy.
That's
the scouting report. It was
scouting,
Red Rider
the scouting report.
Pregame report.
Yeah, and the Royal Pharmacy scouting report. No. Yeah, we talked about that.
Unique, like the community they serve. I thought I'd mention it. 3rd down and 1 now for the Indians. With a minute and a half to play in the first quarter, Oneida will be under center here. Rector goes under center, and we have a whistle and a timeout for the Indians. We'll take the same new score with a minute 23 to play first quarter. It's Monterey 7, Oneida 0.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, and what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
Welcome back to Monterey with 1:23 to play here in the first quarter. It is the Monterey Wildcats with a 7-0 lead. Monterey scored on their first drive. They got the opening kick, and on a 4th down and 9, they got a touchdown pass. And then the Indians were stopped after a 6-play drive. Then Monterey was stopped on a big 4th down, and so now the Indians face a 3rd and 1 at their own 39, and they called the timeout to discuss it. They did have Caden Rector under center. Now, out of the timeout, Rector will be in the shotgun with T.J. Meredith standing to his right. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. On 3rd and 1 for Oneida on their second drive. Here's the snap. Rector runs the option to Meredith, and he's got the 40, the 45, and he's got a first down. It's a First National Bank first down for the Indians up to the 46. And that's the first we've seen of the speed option from the Indians.
I like the old speed option.
Absolutely. I'm sure Mr. Meredith to say, okay, Coach, let's do that a little more and not so much giving between the tackles.
Yeah,
how about that?
Yeah, let me use that speed to get to the outside there and pick up first downs like that.
That's a nice pitch from Caden.
Yes, it was.
Put it right where it needs to be. It's first
that's old school
Oneida
right
now
there.
at their own 46-yard line. Pair of receivers to either side.
That's my school. That's my kind of run option right there.
Takes the snap and gives to Meredith. Sweeping off the left side, finds a bit of a hole, stretches out to the 50-yard line. Looked like there wasn't going to be much of anything, but TJ found a place to cut it up for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6 as the Indians are at midfield here with a minute to go in the first quarter.
Finding a little something on offense that's working, spreading them out, getting to the edge a little bit, not trying to attack the teeth of that defense, but we're finding some stuff out on the outside that's working for us.
They started with 2 safeties deep. They're down to 1 safety now, and actually you're taking that one out of the middle of the field.
Meredith, the running back to the left of Rector, on 2nd and 6 from midfield. Here's the snap. Rector looking, fires. It's going to be caught. This is going to be Hurst making the catch, stretching out, trying to get first down yardage. He's going to be just about half a yard or a full yard shy at the 45. Needed the 44, but it's going to make it a 3rd and makeable as we go inside 30 seconds. The Indians may not get another play off this quarter. We'll see.
Caden makes those throws look effortless.
Yeah, and the kind of defense they're playing, they're giving our receivers all kind of space in front of them. So we can do little stop routes, but if they start creeping up, we can do stop and go. It sets up a lot of things for the last 3 quarters of this game.
All right, this quarter's over. We'll take a break. At the end of 1, it's Monterey 7 and Oneida 0.
Located at 205 East 3rd Avenue in Oneida, Mark's Family Pharmacy is open 6 days a week with a drive-through window for your convenience. But we're more than more. Check us out for gift ideas like plush animals, Candleberry Company candles and fragrances, designer earrings, caps, toys, and more. There's something for everyone at Mark's Family Pharmacy. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools? We got it. Paint and cleaning supplies? We got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care? We got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
Welcome back to Monterey. Second quarter about to get underway. Oneida with a 3rd down and 1. You see them right here, moving now left to right here in this second quarter. Under center, Caden Rector in I formation. Reese Kennedy dots that I behind Elijah Phillips, needing a yard. The give will be Elijah Phillips off the left side, and it's going to be a First National Bank first down for Elijah Phillips, pushing the Oneida football down to the Monterey 43. First trip into Wildcat territory. Bo, what about that first quarter? Anything stand out
Kids
to you?
Corner. Kids Corner, stat of the quarter.
Big thing that if you include that first play right there for Oneida in the second quarter. 3 for 4 tonight so far on third down conversions for Oneida, and they have been only about 31% on the year on third down conversions, so that's very, very big.
Huge in a game like this for sure. You got to make those third downs.
West, Hurst, and Lindbergh split off to the left, tight end to the right, running back to the left of Caden Rector on 1st and 10 at the 43. Rector stops, fires out, and a flare out of the backfield. It's going to be incomplete. Was that Lindbergh?
Yeah.
He tried to hit there. There was a man closing in, and Landon took a smack.
We had 2 white shirts 20 yards downfield. Everybody sucked up in black to that play right there. The 2 white shirts were 20 yards down the field. I'm hoping the coaches up here up top are catching that. Everybody went with that. So that leaves something open down the line.
All right, so 2nd down and 10. The clock stops with 11:23 to play here in this second quarter. Rector directing traffic, 2 receivers, splitting them wide out to the right, 1 to the left. Running back to the left of Rector, he sends Reese Kennedy out in motion. Here's the snap. Rector looking, pumps, now fires over to Reese Kennedy, goes off the fingertips, incomplete. Kind of the safety valve out there. He had a man with him. It's hoping he can make that catch and then power through a man and have some running room, but couldn't make the catch to start that, right?
But I did like him, going down through the progression and looking those guys off to make sure he didn't have anything, then going to the safety valve.
Well, they came right back to a play, just like I said. I think they were hoping to get somebody to suck up right there and throw something over their head. It didn't happen.
Oneida's been getting a lot of time in these situations, and Levi James has been the man they're looking at. Will Monterey try to force the issue? On 3rd and 10, Oneida at the 43-yard line of the Wildcats. Here's the snap. Looking across the middle. Catch is going to be made by Weston Hurst, and it's going to be a First National Bank first down. That throw just a tad bit behind Weston, but he's able to adjust and bring it in.
Just a bit outside.
Keeps the drive alive for the Indians.
How big has Mr. Hurst been for the Oneida football team? Let's go back to game
Whatever
one.
You need.
Game 1. He steps up and he feels the role, whatever it is. This is his natural position, guys. He was supposed to have been a receiver for us this year. They moved him to running back with all the injuries to start the season, and he was great for us there.
Player of the game.
And he's making play after play here so far tonight in the receiving corps.
So it's 1st and 10. Indians now at the 32 of Monterey. Down 7-0. Here's the snap, and it's going to be Rector. He's going to fake the give. He goes to the 30, and he's going to be slung down as he gets up to the 27-yard line. Caden Rector with a 5-yard run on first down, and it will bring up a 2nd down and 5. He found the only place he could go.
He did, and I'll tell you what, Birchfield and Morgan on the offensive line just took their nose man and wallered him. Put him about 8 yards in the backfield and laid on top of him.
10 minutes to play in the first quarter. Oneida moving the football down to the 27.
That don't sound legal.
It doesn't, does it?
At the Monterey 27 with a 2nd down and 5. Rector in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Fires on the quick hitch left. And on a retreat by a linebacker, he got in the passing lane and hit him in the back.
Well, I think the ball may have been tipped at the line of scrimmage, too. So that made it come out maybe a little bit low, but it did hit the linebacker right in the back of the head.
So, Bo, here's another 3rd down. We'll see what happens.
4 for 5 so far on the night.
9:57 to play, 3rd quarter, and it could even be 2-down territory if necessary. It's hard to tell about the wind up here. Barna, he's hit more than 40-plus this year, but we really don't know what it's doing down on the field, right? You think it's moving in Oneida's direction. Let's hope we don't have to settle for it. 3rd down and 5 from the shotgun. Rector taking the snap, rolling right. Good protection. Rector looking, fires, lost it out there. Just over the outstretched hands of Landon Lindbergh. He had a pair of receivers running outs with his direction, and now it brings up a 4th and 5. Certainly, I don't think you're going to think about.
We go.
Are you thinking about kicking in here? It looks like we are. Looks like Luke Barna is coming on for what would be
44.
A 44-yard attempt from the left hash mark. The left-footed kicker.
Well, now you got a holder.
Luke Barna.
He's going to need a holder, I think.
Yep. Going to need somebody to do that.
Here comes Caden.
9:49 to play here in the first half. Oneida down 7-3. And this will be probably officially a 43. Looking like where they're putting the tee down. From the left hash for the left-footed kicker, Luke Barna. Here we go, the snap. Caden gets it down. The kick from Barna, it's high enough, it's long enough, This kick is
good. Heck yeah.
Luke Barna puts 3 on the board in Oneida. With 9:49 to play in the first quarter, we'll take the break. Telling you the score, it's Monterey 7 and Oneida 3.
At Big South Fork Medical Center, our dedicated team of medical professionals are available 24/7 should you or your family need high-quality care. We have an emergency room, inpatient unit, and a range of outpatient services. Big South Fork Medical Center, your local hospital where we're small enough to care, but large enough to heal. For more information on what we have to offer, you can visit our website, www.bsfmedical.com.
Welcome back to Monterey. The Oneida Indians with a 44-yard field goal from Luke Barna. And with 9:49 to play here at Medley Field in Monterey, here in this first half, it'll be Oneida kicking off to the Wildcats. Now in a 4-point game. Barna will be the one to kick it off.
You know, Coach May, he didn't hesitate. When it was fourth down, he sent the kicker right out there.
Here is the kick.
Crushed
and
it.
It's going to be into the end zone for a touchback. That will negate Allred or Bowman trying to get a big return. Barna on fire here.
3 yards deep.
Doing big things. Bo points out 3 yards deep in the end zone. What a weapon tonight, Luke Barna.
Yeah, he's a weapon. He's got the range, the distance. You know, he can make those kicks. He could probably make one from 50.
So now Monterey will take over for their third possession. And they'll start from their own 20. This is their worst starting field position. Matthew Montgomery in the shotgun. He has Mason Bowman to his left, wing back right, pair of receivers to the left. Here's the snap and the fake to Bowman. Montgomery on the keeper. He is going to shed the first tackler, takes it across the 25 out to the 27-yard line. That for Montgomery will be a 7-yard carry on first down.
It looked like Caden Terry on the stop. Man, he's a load. He is a load to bring down.
He is a horse.
Yeah, he's about 230, and he gets going forward, man.
He has
he's
no
tough.
business playing quarterback.
Or
too
running
big.
the ball. Yeah, what's
He's too
this?
big.
Well, he was one of the trio of blocking backs on that
Yes, he
fourth down
was.
attempt. I mean, he was there on the end. Now he works from the shotgun. Bowman to his left on 2nd down and 3. And a pair shift from left to right, the wide side of the field. Here's the snap and the give. Bowman trying to open something out for him on the wide side. He is pushed back inside. Oneida is able to get to him, slow him, and bring him down, but not before he gets first down yardage. It had moments where it looked like the Indians were going to stop him at the line of scrimmage. Mason Bowman's too shifty. Takes it out to the 34 for a 1st and 10.
It was a nice play by either corner or safety over there on the far side. He came up and forced him back in. If he had got to the edge, it'd have been big-time problems for Oneida. So we're able to contain him right there. I didn't
Lindbergh.
Was it Lindbergh?
Yeah.
A great play to force him back inside.
So now from the shotgun on 1st and 10 from their own 34. Again, a shift to the left, wide side of the field. Here's the snap. Fake to Bowman. This time Montgomery's going to try that right side, and he's got room to the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, all the way into the end zone. That will be a Monterey touchdown of 66 yards on the run from Matthew Montgomery.
Not only does he not have no business playing quarterback at about 230, he has no business running like a gazelle at 230.
Yeah, he outran. He got to the corner there and just outran everybody. Levi James had a shot at him, tried to make a play, couldn't hardly sweep his feet.
I mean, he can scoot.
And now the extra point attempt coming from the Monterey Wildcats. The kick is on the way, and this kick is good. We'll take a break. Timeout on the field. Your score, 8:18 to play. Here in the first half, it's Monterey 14 and Oneida 3.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made Metal Monster. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail sleep. Welcome back to Monterey. 8:18 to play here in the first half. And Monterey loaded things up to the wide side of the field. Tried to make you think Mason Bowman was going to take it. And what did Montgomery do?
66 yards down the right side, or down the opposing sideline for the touchdown. Montgomery now 5 carries on the night for 107 yards.
Daniel Hernandez will kick it, and Oneida is going to field it at the 22 to the 25-yard line, out to the 30, and is that Weston Hurst, I think, on the return for the Indians as Weston pushes it up to the 31-yard line where it will be 1st and 10. Oneida will take over for their third possession. They ran 6 plays on the first drive and had to punt. They got a field goal out of their second possession, and now with 8:12 to play here in this first half, down by 11, they will start from their own 31.
Indians need to answer with some type of score right here.
Yeah, and you got 8 minutes on the clock before halftime, and you're going to get the ball to start the second half. So make the most out of it here and end up with something out of this drive going into halftime, and you got some positive to talk about.
And we've shown we can move the football on.
T.J. Meredith, the running back to the right of Rector. 1st and 10 from the 31. Here's the snap and the give. Meredith takes the stab over the left side and pushes the ball out to the 35 on a 4-yard carry on first down for T.J. Meredith.
Yeah, and he's starting to establish a little bit. He gets into the hole so fast. It's just an explosiveness that TJ has, and he's got his legs starting to get his legs back under him again, and we've missed that.
Any kind of stretch play, anything you can try to get him on the corner, or even get him moving against the line, any kind of crease, he can get in it and get north and south quick.
2nd down 6. The Indians need their own 41 for a first down. Receivers 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Rector rolling left. He's got pressure. He's going to be hit and dropped back at the 26-yard line. Don't forget, coming up following the game, we will have our Trophy Masters lineman of the game, as Trophy Masters wants to identify some of the unsung heroes of this Oneida football team. If you can dream it, Tony can do it down at Trophy Masters, whether it's a hat, shirt, sweatshirt, sweatpants, whatever you need this time of year. Trophy Masters can get it done. And then also following the game, our First National Bank player of the game will be named. Now, the Indians have a 3rd down and 15, and they're on their own side of the 50. This is a tough spot at the 22.
Yeah, they come hard off the edge right there and got to the quarterback.
Oneida needs the 41. It's a tight set, bringing a man in motion from left to right. Here's the snap. Rector, he's rolling right, needing 15. He looks deep down the field, and it's going to be looking for Limburg. Tried to connect with him, and as he looked back, might have cut the pattern a little short there and unable to make the connection, so it's going to fall incomplete, and Oneida will punt.
I don't know if that was called a vert pattern right there. I believe he may have been just tracking to the sideline there a little bit, and the ball was thrown a little bit deeper than what Landon thought.
May have been some miscommunication, but if you're a receiver, don't ever stop running. And I think he thought he had him behind him.
What was it again?
Don't ever stop running. Miscommunication.
Okay. Here's the snap. Reese Kennedy is going to punt it away. What a punt by Reese.
Nice.
It's going way past Bowman down to the left corner, and Reese Kennedy has flipped the field for the Indians on this one. What a punt.
2 great punts. I don't know what the average is so far tonight on those 2 punts that the Indians has, Bo.
Down to the 20. 6:22 to play, first half. But it will be Montgomery and Bowman with another shot with an 11-point lead. This is danger territory.
And plenty of time. We didn't do much with that 3 and out as far as milking anything off the clock, 6:22. So
it was a 54-yard punt there by Kennedy. On the night, he's averaging 44.5.
Wow.
Down to the 19.
Kickers have done their job tonight.
Sold him short. Montgomery in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the short side of the field as they move right to left. Here's the snap and to give Bowman off the right side. Bowman is going to stretch it across the 20 to the 24 for a gain of 5, or to get him to the 25 for 6. It's going to be 2nd down and 4. 6 minutes to play. First half, Monterey with a 14-3 lead.
That right side of the offensive line, Mark, they seem to be having their way right now, and they seem to be leaning that way as Monterey in their play calling.
So now it's going to be 2nd down and 4. Monterey from the shotgun. Here's that shift again. Last time Montgomery kept it for the big 66-yard touchdown. This time Montgomery's going to leave it with Bowman off to the left. Bowman is going to be tripped up as he gets it across the 30 to the 31. It will be enough for a first down for the Monterey Wildcats, though.
Levi James coming up to make the stop, and when Bowman runs the football, John, he it's like he just hesitates just a second when he gets the ball and then finds that crease, and he's up the field just lightning quick, and the Indians are having a tough time with it right now.
Yeah, and he's following his blockers in a lot of cases, but he has great field vision, and he's also got strength in those legs, that's for sure.
Bowman's got 7 carries for 56 yards on the night.
From the 31, man comes in motion. That's Allred. Takes the handoff from the slot position. He's going to be pushed inside now, but Allred cuts it up for a nice gain across the 35 out to about the 39. And so Michael Allred picks up 8 on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 2 as the clock rolls. 4:50 to play in this first half. 3 timeouts remaining for the home team, Monterey.
Yeah, and Levi James coming up from his safety position took a bad angle, but then he got blocked and then got around that block and ran back upfield and made the play.
From their 39-yard line, it's 2nd down and 2 for Monterey. Montgomery in the shotgun. Bowman to his right. Here's this shift again to the left and wide side of the field. Here's the snap. He fakes to Bowman. Montgomery going to keep it. This time he cuts it back up inside. Breaks 2, 3 tackles. Takes it across the 45 out to the 48 and has a 1st and 10 now for the Monterey Wildcats at their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, we had a shot at him there, John.
And it just seems like they have settled in on 2 or 3 plays, and they're just going to run them until Oneida can stop them from being productive on those plays. And Oneida, if you go down another score here, that's tremendously hard to come back from.
They kind of abandoned the pass because the run's working so well. And Monterey at their own 48-yard line now with a 1st and 10. Montgomery brings the slot man in motion, takes the snap. Here's the give. Slot man sweeping off to the left. Got a blocker in front of him. Breaks through at the 45 to the 40, and he's going to be tripped up as he gets down to about the 32-yard line.
Looked like we almost stopped there and was waiting on the blocker to come. I don't know, but we got.
Thought he stepped out, I guess.
One thing this offense does for Monterey that I've noticed is they put the ball in the playmaker's hands.
Yeah.
And every play, they're getting it in space with the guy they want to have the football, and they're making the most of it.
Right now they've got 16 carries for 206 yards. It's 13 yards a pop.
That was Colin Fowler from the slot position. 1st and 10 at the 34 of Oneida. Montgomery takes the snap and gives to Bowman. Bowman takes it off right tackle all the way down to the 30-yard line, a gain of 4. The clock rolls with 3.5 to go as Monterey is at the Oneida 30-yard line with now a 2nd down and 6, leading 14-3.
Yeah, Peyton Smart on the stop there.
And they're leaning on us. Bowman, he's 4 yards down the field, but so is 2 of his offensive linemen that he's just laying on because they're driving orange and white shirts back.
So at the 30-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Montgomery with Bowman to his right. Pair of receivers to either side. Brings Fowler in motion. Fakes to him. Montgomery takes it up the middle. Pushes the pile down to the 25-yard line. He's going to be just shy of 1st down yardage. It will be 3rd down and 1 on the run from Montgomery with 2:50 and ticking.
Yeah, and they're going right to the teeth of our defense, man. They're running right at us and getting chunk yardage, and nothing Indians can do about it right now.
Montgomery, he's a veteran quarterback, and he's leading the show, and they're showing us a lot of motion to the linebackers and the secondary, and then he's just reading all that, and he's taking the best option, and a lot of times that best option is for him to stick his nose in there and get what he can, and he's a big kid.
Matthew Montgomery with a 3rd and 1. Bowman to his left at the Oneida 25. Here's the snap he gives to Bowman. He's got the 1st down as he pushes it all the way to the 20-yard line. So with 2:13 and
42.
ticking here in this first half, Monterey with an 11-point lead. They're now at the Oneida 20. They've got all 3 of their timeouts, and they've got a 1st and 10.
Clock should have probably stopped there for the marking of the 1st down. They did not, so they probably lost 7 or 8 seconds there. They shouldn't have, did Monterey, as it ticks down under 2 minutes.
So from the 20, Monterey breaks the huddle. And now Montgomery in the shotgun. Bowman to his left. Single receiver off to the left. That's the short side of the field. 2 wide to the right on 1st and 10. Tight end shifts from right to left. Oneida adjusts. Here's the snap. And the give to Bowman off the right side. Bowman finds some room. Nice hole opened up. He takes it down inside the 15 to the 14. Very patient running.
Yeah.
Finds his lane. Gets 6.
And just running that lead, that power play up there between the guard and the tackle, and the Indians just haven't had an answer for it.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts, does Monterey, and they're not in a hurry. 1:16 and counting as they come up to the line to run this second down play, but they feel like they got all the time in the world. But Oneida needs to make a stand here, keep them out of the end zone.
Maybe turn them over if they can. Here's the snap. Montgomery hands to Bowman off the right side. This time Oneida rallies to Mason Bowman, and they're going to stop him for
probably see a timeout here.
A gain of maybe 2. And it will be 3rd down and 2, and it is a timeout, and we'll take a quick break. 55 seconds on this first half clock. As we break, it's Monterey 14, Oneida 3.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, and what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
Wood ran the same thing.
Welcome back to Monterey. Less than a minute to play out of a Monterey timeout. It's 3rd and 2 for the Wildcats. They're at the Oneida 12-yard line.
And they're pulling the guard. We were just talking about that. They're pulling the guard and the tackle, and the guard is kicking the end, and the tackle's leading up the hole.
Just the old counter tray.
Yeah, and getting up there on that linebacker, and the back Bowman is following, or the quarterback is following them up the hole.
Bowman's got 11 carries now for 72 yards, 6.5. He's a little down from what he normally averages.
Yeah.
Montgomery in the shotgun. Here's the shift. Bowman to his right on 3rd down and 2. Here's the snap. Montgomery gives to Bowman. He's going to drive forward. He's very close if he didn't get it. He's at the 10. It will be, I don't know. Let's see. He'll turn around and size it up. He says it's a 1st down. It's 1st and goal for Monterey, and the clock with 40 seconds and ticking here in this one. Monterey's on the ball, ready to go at the 10 with a 1st and goal, and now a whistle. Monterey takes a timeout. We'll take one more. Your score, Monterey 14, Oneida 3.
Bill Armstrong with the Big South Fork Air Park. 15 years now we've been in Scott County, and a customer of First National Bank 15 years. It's important to us to use a community bank. First National Bank has always been our bank. They're large enough to service any needs you have, but there's a sense of community here. It's nice doing business with people that you know, and they know your name. So that's why we use First National Bank.
Welcome back to the intricate play of the Monterey line right now.
Yeah, and we was talking about it, Bo. Explain that right quick.
That time the tight end and the wingback actually shifted over to the left, and if you notice, everybody smashed down to the left and zoned down to the left. The tight end was the pull that time, kicked out on the defensive end. The wingback is the one that pulled up and played the fullback role as that leading blocker.
So if you're a linebacker, what are your reads? I mean, they're making you change your read every play.
Montgomery from the shotgun, Bowman to his left, 1st and goal from the 10. Montgomery takes the snap, looking to throw, looking left, fires into the end zone. It's going to be
a flag.
Incomplete, but it is a flag, John. There's early contact between Oneida and the intended receiver, and so that's going to be half the distance to the goal. It will be 1st and goal from the 5, 28 seconds on this first half clock with Monterey leading by 11. Oneida slated to get the ball to start the second half.
The only thing bad about that, it probably wasn't going to be completed anyway.
No, there was no.
But you know, I think he thought he had a disadvantage, and he was just trying to keep him from scoring there, was our defender. Sometimes pass interference is not the worst thing, but unfortunately that was just a bad throw. It wasn't going anywhere.
No, you're right. You're right. And we had a little bit of pressure on him. Looked like we had somebody coming off the edge there. Caden Terry was getting there and put a little pressure on Montgomery and maybe made him throw that ball there.
28 seconds, only one timeout for Monterey.
From the 5, Montgomery in the shotgun with Bowman to his right. 1st and goal. Here's the shift. Wing back, tight end shift right to left. Montgomery takes the snap, leaves with Bowman, dancing through the middle, spinning into the end zone for the touchdown. Mason Bowman adds to the pain for the Indians here in this first half. Now with another 6, it's 20-3.
And they shifted that, John. They shifted both those guys, and then they pulled the backside guard and tackle. And
Just a different look.
Oh, my goodness. And they had the numbers big time, and Bowman actually cut back the other way and scored.
Daniel Hernandez to attempt the extra point for the Monterey Wildcats. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick from Hernandez is good. Timeout on the field. We take the break with your score. It is Monterey 21 and Oneida 3.
At Big South Fork Medical Center, our dedicated team of medical professionals are available 24/7 should you or your family need high-quality care. We have an emergency room, inpatient unit, and a range of outpatient services. Big South Fork Medical Center, your local hospital where we're small enough to care, but large enough to heal. For more information on what we have to offer, you can visit our website, www.bsfmedical.com.
Could follow the guards and it leads you to the foot.
Welcome back to Monterey. 23 seconds remaining in this first half. You all still discussing the strategy,
yeah.
how to stop this. This is not easy. I'm listening to it. This is not easy.
It's the offensive lineman in me.
Yeah. You gotta follow your guards. That's what we was just talking about.
Daniel Hernandez will kick it. High hanger. And Oneida covers it, I think, at the 34-yard line, I believe. Let's see. Mac Duncan, I believe, was the one that got on that football at the 34-yard line.
Disastrous right there.
17 seconds remain. Oneida with 2 timeouts. The football down 21-3.
And they're running a lot of motion, and they're moving guys on the line of scrimmage in that wing back and that tight end, and they're putting them on one side. And we're just having a tough time of adjusting to that. Nobody's moving really across the line of scrimmage. That's just something we're going to have to figure out at halftime, and Coach Martin is going to have to get these guys dialed in at the half.
All right, so Oneida with a tight set. Meredith to the right of Caden Rector with 17 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Here's the snap and the give. Meredith sweeping off the left side, 35. He's at the 40. TJ pushes it up to about the 44-yard line. And a little extracurricular.
There comes the
back
flag
here.
on it,
the
too.
flag comes in on Monterey with 9 seconds remaining. Oneida's going to take a timeout, I would think, as we'll keep it here.
Don't necessarily need to call the timeout now because it was a dead ball penalty. That clock's going to stop.
It. Okay. If they do it properly.
Yeah,
yes.
They threw it right at the player. It hit
the
player.
they did.
But it was a personal foul. He got on old Lige right there.
So the 44-yard line is where they will spot this from, and that's going to move it to the 41 with 9 seconds remaining. Boy, you'd be pushing it to get 2 plays in to try to get back in field goal range for a Luke Barna chance, wouldn't you?
Give us 5 more, please. Thank you.
So to the 41, Oneida's got 2 timeouts and 9 seconds to play. Indians are getting on the football, though, here, as Monterey is strolling back defensively.
They can't rewind. That don't rewind the clock here, though.
No, they shouldn't.
I'm looking at West over here on the single coverage. You may do a double move right here.
Trio of receivers to the right, 1 to the left. From the shotgun, Rector pumps, fires on the out, couldn't make the catch. And now with 5 seconds to go, you'd be hard-pressed to get a completion and a timeout here, wouldn't you?
I think they were just looking to get 7 or 8 yards there, get them closer where they can throw this thing down in the end zone. But again, I think I'm looking over there at that single coverage on West. Now they're going to come over the top with a safety.
I'm not sure if they wasn't trying to get about 5 yards to give
I think they
Levi a chance at about a 50 or Luke about a 51-yarder.
Here we go from the 41 with the final play probably. Here's the fire. It's going to be caught by West. Wow, nicely done. Tate makes the catch and gets out of bounds. You're at the 35. This would be a 52-yard attempt.
Absolutely, I'm trying for it. There ain't no doubt about it.
Kick it.
Well, we don't see Luke Barney yet.
Oneida
maybe taking a timeout to talk about it here. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Is it going to be Luke Barna or a Hail Mary? Your score, Monterey 21, Oneida 3.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made metal monsters. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail sleep.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's going to be Luke Barna.
Yes,
it's
sir.
going to be a 52-yard attempt for Barna here. It's 51 and a half with 2 seconds to play here in the first half. Barna from the left hash mark, a 51 and a half. He hit a 44 earlier.
Wind's picking up as we speak.
There's the whistle. Caden Rector to hold. Turns, looks, now calls for the football. Snap, hold, the kick from Barna.
Short.
It's going to be short. It had the height but did not have the length. So that's going to be the end of the first half. The Indians trail by 18 going to the locker room. We'll be back at halftime. Kevin's going to have the scoring summary, the statistical look at this with Bo Kidd and more. We tell you the score at the end of the first two quarters. We take this break. It's Monterey 21 and Oneida 3.
Forget the bucket. Stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit TNT Car Wash in Oneida. TNT Car Wash features the latest in touch-free car wash technology. TNT's touchless automatic wash bays are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash, including a wheel brush option. Want to wash it yourself? TNT also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior, both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, TNT Car Wash, Oneida.
Keith Markham from Markham's Furniture and Appliances.
I'd like to invite you to come shop with us at Markham's Furniture and Appliances. Been in business since 1949, locally owned, family owned. We offer the largest selection of furniture and appliances in Scott County. We offer the same-day delivery. Financing is available with a finance company. If you don't see what you like, we're always glad to special order it. Appliances we can normally have within a week. Furniture normally would take about 4 to 5 weeks if we special order it. Thank you.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, and what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
Welcome back to Monterey as the Indians trail 21-3 here at halftime. How did we get to that 21-3 score? Well, Bo Kidd is going to tell us exactly how that happened.
Monterey gets on the board first on a 4th down and long as Matthew Montgomery would find Eli Sailors on a 23-yard pass for the touchdown. Caps off a 7-play, 60-yard drive. Took 3.5 minutes off the clock. The kick by Darnell Hernandez was good, making it 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Oneida cut into that lead with 9:49 left to go in the second quarter as Luke Barna would hammer a 44-yard field goal. That was a 13-play drive by the Indians that they accumulated 43 yards on and took 4.5 minutes off the clock. It was 7-3 then in favor of Monterey. But the Wildcats would answer quickly as Matthew Montgomery would find the edge and scamper 66 yards down the sidelines for the score. 3 plays, 80 yards, just a minute and a half off the clock. The extra point from Hernandez was good, making it a 14-3 game. And then just with 23 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Mason Bowman would find the end zone for the first time on the evening for the Wildcats. This one on a 5-yard run, capping off a 12-play drive from Monterey that covered 81 yards and just over 5.5 minutes on the clock. The PAT from Hernandez was good as the Indians trail at the half by a score of 21-3.
All right, thank you, Bo. We're going to go ahead and take another break. When we return, Bo will have the statistical information from the first half right after this.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools, we got it. Paint and cleaning supplies, we got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care, we got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Forget the bucket. Stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit T&T Car Wash in Oneida. T&T Car Wash features the latest in touch-free car wash technology. T&T's touchless automatic wash bays are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash, including a wheel brush option. Want to wash it yourself? T&T also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior, both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, T&T Car Wash, Oneida.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Ray's Axe. Ray's Axe offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it. And daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Ray's Axe has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Ray's Axe on U.S. Highway 27 in Helenwood. Ray's Axe. Country cooking and great steaks.
Welcome back to Monterey, and here at halftime, the Indians trail the Wildcats by a score of 21-3 with our first half stats. Bo Kidd.
Well, we will begin with Monterey as they had 12 first downs in the first half, 23 carries for 235 yards in the first half, just 3 of 5 through the air for 29 yards, but 28 plays for the Wildcats, 264 yards of offense so far. They are led on the night by Matthew Montgomery, the big quarterback for Monterey, is 3 for 5 through the air for 29 yards, but also has 7 carries for 120 yards and a touchdown. That's 17.1 yards a carry right now for the big fella. Mason Bowman adds 13 carries for 80 yards and a score. Colin Fowler has 1 carry for 19, and Michael Allred 2 carries for 16. Receiving for Monterey, Eli Sailors has 1 catch for 23 yards and the touchdown. That was on the 4th down conversion to get Monterey on the scoreboard first. Jacob Hobson also has 1 catch for 6, and Michael Allred was held to no yards on his reception. Defensively, they are led by Eli Sailors with 3 tackles. Byron Borjas, Caden Moglin, and Mason Bowman all also have 2 tackles each, with Borjas with a sack on the night. For the Indians, 6 first downs on the night, 11 carries, 31 yards. They're 5 of 13 through the air for 40 yards, so 24 plays for the Indians, just 71 yards of offense thus far in this one. They are led by TJ Meredith, 6 carries, 22 yards on the night. Caden Rector with 3 carries for 7 yards. Elijah Phillips, 1 for 2. Weston Hurst, 1 for none. Rector, once again, 5 of 13 through the air for 40 yards. Weston Hurst has a pair of catches for 15 yards. Tate West, 2 catches, 12 yards. Levi James, 1 catch for 3 yards. Reese Kennedy on the night, 2 punts so far for Oneida. 89 yards total. That's a 44.5-yard average with a long of 54, pinning one of those inside the 20. Defensively, Elijah Phillips has 8 tackles already on the night. Caleb Harness with 5, Levi James with 5 as well. Caden Terry has 3, and of course the score for Oneida coming off of a 44-yard attempt from Luke Barna. He is 1 for 2 on field goals as he attempted that 51-yarder there at the halftime buzzer. That came up short.
All right, thank you both. Appreciate you getting us up to date on all of our statistics. We're going to take just a few minutes right here as we got a little extra time and enjoy the Oneida Private Tribe Marching Band. Oneida High School Private Tribe Marching Band. They're having a great marching season. Actually won the whole class in a couple of band competitions. So they're doing a great job. We're going to go ahead and take another break and return back to Monterey right after this.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razax. Razax offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razax has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razax on U.S. Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razax, country cooking and great steaks.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, and what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools, we got it. Paint and cleaning supplies, we got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care, we got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
Welcome back to Monterey. The Indians trail right now 21-3 here at the half. Coming up this Thursday, we'll be going back to Oneida, but this will be middle school action. It will also be the semifinals in the playoffs. The Oneida Middle School Indians will be hosting the Dayton City Sweat Bees Bowl. Oneida is enjoying a undefeated season right now in middle school football. Tell us a little bit about that.
They have had a phenomenal season. Of course, their final regular season game 2 weeks ago was against Birchfield. That was moved up to a Tuesday night. Oneida successful in that ball game, something I don't think I've ever seen before. Oneida ran 6 offensive plays in that contest, held the ball for a max at 57 seconds of possession for the entire game. Oneida scored on every offensive play in that contest. Also ran back a kickoff for a touchdown, and then actually had a punt return for a touchdown that was called back due to a penalty. So they literally, they were very, very dominant in that contest. But these young men have been very, very efficient this year. That's something that I've noticed throughout the year. Cannon McDowell, of course, the quarterback for the middle school Indians, he's throwing 50% on the year for 350 yards, just 14 of 28 through the air, but 350 yards, 6 touchdowns for that young man. But Oneida relying on that rushing game this year, and they have been phenomenal with it. 128 carries for 1,411 yards. That's 11 yards a carry for those young men. 29 touchdowns, 176 yards a game, and they are led by Xander Lau. And this young man, you want to talk about a dynamic player. 30 carries, 450 yards for 15 yards average, of course, 14 touchdowns on the ground. So he has scored literally every other time that he has touched the ball. And then receiving, he also has 3 catches for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he's touched the ball 33 times this season and scored 16 times.
My goodness.
It's a phenomenal year, but these young men, they've been so good. Cole Meredith has been a juggernaut in the backfield also for Oneida. He's got 394 yards and 7 touchdowns, averaging 17 yards a carry for the middle school Indians. So these young men have done a great job. This is a year to remember if you are a middle school Indians fan, and Coach Jason Terry has done a great job with those middle school Indians, and good luck to them, of course, coming up on Thursday. I hope to see a lot of people out there for that semifinals contest, and hopefully, supporting them as they make a run, hopefully here to the hopefully making a run to that state championship game.
Yeah, and they'll be taking on the Dayton City Sweat Bees. This will not be the first time they've met them. They've had some couple of tough games against them in the playoffs before, so let's get a big crowd out this Thursday night and support the middle school Indians and cheer them on to a championship appearance coming up on October the 29th, I believe. So we'll go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back for the second half of this one right after this.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools, we got it. Paint and cleaning supplies, we got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care, we got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott High Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
Bill Armstrong with the Big South Fork Air Park. 15 years now we've been in Scott County, and a customer of First National Bank 15 years. It's important to us to use a community bank. First National Bank has always been our bank. They're large enough to service any needs you have, but there's a sense of community here. It's nice doing business with people that you know, and they know your name. So that's why we use First National Bank.
Welcome back. They got 30 seconds on the clock waiting to see if they'll they went through putting 3 minutes back on yet, but this is Middle Tennessee. They might not do that over here.
And it's 48 degrees.
Yeah,
why do you need 3 more minutes?
This is called football weather, John.
Boy.
Well, I'm just saying, why do you need the 3 more minutes?
I'll just say this. He's getting an early start on the whine practice for 3 weeks from tonight. If this is bothering you.
Hey.
If this score
listen,
holds up.
The last time we went up to Hampton, John and I went up there. You guys was out of state.
That is true. Yep.
Yeah, and me and John went up there and did that ball game.
Put 2 minutes back on.
But so we did the ball game, and then on the way back, my old buddy John L. slept the whole way, back.
After you had worked all day.
All day. And he
drove up.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry. He woke up about halfway home. He said, "Oh man, I'm sorry. I've slept." Right back out he went.
Well,
yeah, I did that.
Yes, you did it.
There's a lot of football between now and then. The
Yes.
Indians are going to be playoff qualifiers. The Indians are going to have a couple more home games to finish off a 6 home game slate this year. Next week, it will be the Sequoia Chiefs coming in. It'll be only the second time these two teams have matched up. A year ago, Oneida won down at Sequoia, but they've got new leadership, and they've been playing better. And then 2 weeks from tonight, it is another wrecking ball from Single A coming to town in the form of the Coalfield Yellow Jackets.
Absolutely. And after that week 1 ball game against Wartburg, you thought, hey, what's going on there? And kind of 14-7 and a win for Coalfield, and man, have they got on a dang roll.
So not as, regardless of what occurs, the Indians will be working towards finding some things that work with the ultimate goal being competitive in the playoffs 3 weeks from tonight. But they're going to get plenty of challenge between now and then, including these 2 quarters. Now, we're talking like it's over. It's not over.
No.
Anything can happen in a high school football game, and the Indians get the ball first. What you got, Bo?
And by the way, some scoring updates for you on that. Hampton is up on Cumberland Gap right now in the 4th quarter. That's a 58-8 ball game.
Coming off their first loss, they're a little salty.
Gatlinburg Pittman is up on Northview Academy right now, 43-13. York falls tonight to Gibbs, 24-7 in that contest. Greenback leading Harriman 19-0 at the half. And Rockwood is leading Wartburg in the 3rd quarter, 55-12.
Wow.
That Gibbs team is very impressive.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So here we go. It's going to be second half to kick off. Daniel Hernandez will kick right to left. The Indians have Landon Limberg and TJ Meredith deep to return. Oneida will move left to right. Down 18. Got to start somewhere. Here's the kick. And again, a high end-over-ending kick. Mac Duncan calls for the fair catch, reels it in at the 35-yard line, 36-yard line. That's where the Indians will set up 1st and 10 for their first possession of the second half, down 21-3.
So you got to do something right here with it.
Yeah.
I mean, offensively, you got to get points out of this drive, I believe, to have a shot.
You know, and I keep looking at their secondary. Their secondary is playing, to protect against anything deep. They're giving us everything underneath. So I think we got to exploit that and use that as part of an extension of our run game.
1st and 10, Oneida from their 36 from the shotgun. Rector taking the snap, looking to throw. Takes 2 steps to the right, throws back to the left. Here's the catch made up to the 35, to the 40, to the 45-yard line, and out near midfield. Nice play on first down. The Indians pick up about 14 yards on the reception.
Weston Hurst.
That'll be 1st and 10 Indians at midfield.
Yep, got to get those the ball in the playmaker's hands, and that's one way to do it. Weston Hurst, explosive there.
He's been the go-to receiver here tonight for us, and again, we're missing 2 of our starting receivers, or 2 of our leading receivers tonight. But you can't hinge on that. You just got to play with what you got.
Now from the 50-yard line, here's Hurst in motion from left to right, and it's going to be the quick hitch over on the left side. Catch made, tackle shed at the 40 down to the 35. Tate West leading in receptions coming into this game on the season for the Indians. Takes it down to the 36-yard line. And Tate gives Oneida their second consecutive First National Bank first down. That's a First National Bank first down because I forgot to say it the first time. There you go. Made up for it. Okay. Don't want to get in trouble.
What?
So now at the 36-yard line. Pair of receivers to the left. One receiver split wide to the right. Wing back to the right from the shotgun. Rector with Meredith to his left. The give will be to Meredith. Off the right side, takes it inside the 35 down to the 34, a gain of 2 for TJ Meredith. It will be 2nd down and 8. Not quite a minute gone here in this third quarter. And Oneida with a 2nd and 8 at the 34 of Monterey.
Bo, you had something for us.
Yeah, it's almost as you've seen Oneida come out, it's almost like they were in their NASCAR package, into that 2-minute offense package with those short quick hits, quick gains. It's not necessarily a bad thing because if you look, every one of those DBs, John L. was talking about it right before we started, they're 8-9 yards off the receivers when we start. Pick up those 5-6 yards every single time because it's going to gain to first downs and it's going to get you down the field.
2nd down 7 now for the Indians. From the shotgun, Rector takes the snap, looks right, quick screen off. Hurst makes the catch. Then it's going to be hit. Still able to drive forward to the 31-yard line. About a 3-yard reception for Weston Hurst off to the right side. And it will bring up a 3rd down and 5.
And this is some of the stuff that we seen last year, John, when we had McLaurin Love.
Yeah,
and you would see him getting out there in space and getting the ball on a short throw and then making something happen, getting 5-6 yards, and then breaking one every now and then.
Yeah, just a 2-yard or a 2 to 5 yard stop pattern out in the flat, and the ball's already in the air. Good rapport between the receivers and the quarterback. We got a guy that can put it on the dime. I think we need to do it.
So now with 3rd down and 5, Rector from the shotgun brings a man in motion. Elijah Phillips takes the snap, gets it out to Elijah, and the catch is going to be made, but he's going to be dropped for a loss. Mason Bowman breaks on him and takes him down back at the 35-yard line, so it's going to be now 4th and 9 for the Indians.
I think you go. I think you got to go right here.
And I'm not sure if you don't actually, instead of going right there into that flat, I'm not sure if you don't almost pump fake that
and come back
up in the other way right there off that slant.
Yeah, because they read that.
Absolutely, yeah. He as soon as he seen him come in motion, you seen him fire up really quick. If you hit that quick slant right there on the inside, you got a shot at it.
And they vacated the middle of the field, guys.
Absolutely.
There's no one there. Look right now, no safeties.
Yeah. Oneida needs the 26-yard line for a first down on 4th and 9. Here's the snap. Rector dropping back, looking. He's going deep down the left side and turning back for the football. Incomplete. Couldn't make the connection. I think Oneida was trying to the receiver was trying to draw some pass interference down there, but it falls incomplete, and it will be a turnover on down.
It just amazes me that we don't. I mean, we run everybody down the field 40 yards. We could run a slant or a drag pattern right there and pick up first down. I don't get it.
in that pass, unfortunately, it went back more toward the outside of the field. If he throws it toward the hash, we might have a chance to run under it, but the wind may have got it up. And it's frustrating on the fourth down to get something like that. Promising drive for nothing.
This may be the harder part. Montgomery comes out for offense for Monterey from their own 36-yard line. Takes the snap, hands to Bowman. Bowman bouncing outside. He's at the 40. Makes a move up to the 44-yard line to the 45. Mason Bowman with a 9.5-yard carry on first down, with Monterey leading by 18 with 8:35 and ticking in this third quarter.
Yeah, and it's pretty sweet when you're getting, 5 yards down the field before anybody touches you or anybody gets around you, and that's what they're doing to us right now. They are they're taking care of us up front right now.
John Selby went off holding his hip a little bit right there,
or his back, something back in there. So it's going to be second and less than a yard. Montgomery shifts in from left to right, now takes the snap and leaves with Bowman off the right side. Bowman gets to the corner, now cuts up at the 50.
Block in the back.
Now he's going to be dropped as he gets into Oneida territory to the 49. It will be a 1st and 10 for Mason Bowman and the Monterey Wildcats.
Hey, I'll say this about this Monterey team. What they run it pretty well. They get on you to block you, and they're like Velcro.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get shed of them, and that's what they're doing. They're stringing everything out, and they get blockers out there, and you can't get through them, and they're 6, 7, 8 yards down the field before they ever get first contact.
And Bowman's getting out there and just reading. He's just reading.
You see him, he stays a little flat, and then all of a sudden, as soon as he sees that same boom, he plants and goes.
From the 49, 1st and 10. And that's going to be Montgomery on the carry off the left side, 45. Jets into the 40 and stretches down to the 36-yard line as Matthew Montgomery pushes the pile forward. The quarterback for the Monterey Wildcats picks up another first down at the Oneida 36.
Fellas, they're just mashing on us a little bit right now.
And they're keeping us off balance with what they're showing us and how they're running it. They're getting to the outside, and all of a sudden they come back and they run it up the middle. So they're keeping us off balance in a lot of ways.
Wildcats trying to go in for the kill shot with 7 minutes to play here in this third quarter, leading already by 18. Here's the snap, faking the give. Montgomery keeps it himself, takes it inside the 35, all the way down to the 31. It's going to be a 5-yard gain for Matthew Montgomery on first down. It'll be a 2nd and 5.
And one thing that we're not seeing us be able to do, Mark, is get penetration. There's no penetration. No. And we're not getting in there and disrupting anything. He's just able to sit there and look at the offensive line and how they're blocking, and he's just making a read, and he's making the right read every time.
Yep.
So now on 2nd down and 5, Montgomery taking the snap, leaves with Bowman off the left side. There's a hold 30, 25, 20, splits 2 defenders at the 15 to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown. Mason Bowman goes 32 yards, and that was an outstanding run for the running back for Monterey as the Wildcats add another 6.
Through the left side untouched.
They are what they are, and they're pretty good. And I'd be highly surprised if we're not watching All-Staters in Bowman and
there's no question.
You've probably got 2 All-Staters that we're watching tonight.
So now the extra point attempt for Daniel Hernandez. He's 3 for 3. Here's the hold. The kick from Hernandez is on the way, and this kick is good. Timeout on the field, 6:20 to play in the third quarter. Your score, it's Monterey 28 and Oneida 3.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
At Big South Fork Medical Center, our dedicated team of medical professionals are available 24/7 should you or your family need high-quality care. We have an emergency room, inpatient unit, and a range of outpatient services. Big South Fork Medical Center, your local hospital where we're small enough to care, but large enough to heal. For more information on what we have to offer, you can visit our website, www.bsfmedical.com.
Welcome back to Monterey. It's going to be T.J. Meredith kicked over the Indian return man's head. That time Hernandez, he had been kicking it short. Oneida goes back to pick it up, and Meredith gets it back out to about the 15-yard line, and that's where Oneida will start for this second offensive possession. Clock is mysteriously still running as it moves inside 6 minutes to go, with Monterey leading 28-3.
That may be a good thing.
So Oneida will start from their own 15. Worst starting field position.
Yeah, I mean, they've been lulling us to sleep with their kickoffs. They'd all been lob lollies, straight up in the air. And this one, he just reared back, put it over our head.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
Look at this.
And this is going to be Rector from the shotgun. Taking the snap. Here's the give. Looking for running room. Across the 15 out to the 16-yard line. They're about a yard for the Indians on the carry. For T.J. Meredith, it'll be 2nd down and 9.
And here's just something I mean, if you come up and you see, and there's nothing, do we have a check or something? I don't know. But when there's no safeties, you was talking about it earlier, there's nobody in the middle of the field.
Yeah, in the first half, they played dual safeties to start, then they went to a single safety. They have no safety. They have nothing in the middle of the field. But we don't have a tight end set. We don't have nothing to show that we want to take advantage of that.
Slant drag. I mean,
2nd down and 9. Here's the snap, and it's going to be Rector. Outnumbered. It's going to be a screen, and it's going to be complete and then tripped up from behind.
Nice play.
Yeah.
As Levi James was trying to get a run at it, they grab that heel and drop him. He still picks up about 3 yards on the screen. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Boy, he had some room too.
He did.
He really did. A great play by Monterey right there.
Yeah, the pursuit by Eli Sailors right there coming from behind was it was amazing because he was beat by about 4 yards.
Yeah.
So now it will be 3rd down and 7. The Indians need to get it across their own 25-yard line for a 1st down. Rector with an empty backfield, 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Here's the snap. Rector now rolling off to his left. He could run for it possibly. He throws to James for the completion, 35 to the 40, out to the 45-yard line, and it's to the 49. It's a First National Bank 1st down for Levi James.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know why Levi James ever leaves the field on offense. He's
a sophomore, and we've got 4 or 5 kids that are seniors that have been playing their tail off. You're right. I hear what you're saying.
He's a playmaker.
He is. And
just a playmaker.
On defense, we've watched him grow up this year from first of the year till now, but he is. You get the ball in his hands and good things happen. What a throw by Rector right there. What a throw by Rector.
From the 50. It's 1st and 10 now for Oneida. Down 28-3, snap. And I don't think that was supposed to happen. This is Rector making the most of a busted play. He might pick up. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10. But as we were saying about Levi James, he's just fearless.
Yeah, and he's got
on both sides of the ball.
He's got a little dog in him too.
If he was 6'1", about 200 pounds.
There's no question.
Rector acted a little loopy on that play. He's talking to the coach over, and he's coming back in.
I think he was stretching his back out a little bit.
Stretching his back, Kevin. Right.
Come on. But Levi James, he may get there. He's a sophomore.
He's got room to grow. But man, you're right. He's a playmaker.
2 receivers right, 2 to the left. 2nd down and 10. Just inside 4 minutes to play, 3rd quarter, with Oneida down by 25. And here's a heavy rush, and Rector is going to be swallowed up and sacked. 5-6 people. On top of him, taking him down there.
In that situation, it looked like they had good coverage downfield. He felt the pressure. It's 2nd down. Throw it into row number 2 past the sticks.
He didn't have time to throw it in row number 2 past the sticks because he got mashed. There was nobody. We didn't, but. He had what he was trying. He was trying to go to Tate West on the sideline, and Tate was open. He was there. He just didn't have time to step up in the pocket because it collapsed.
Yeah, there was no pocket in front. He tried to get to his left.
No.
3rd down, 17. Indians got to have the 40 of Monterey. I guess you could say they got 2 chances to do it if they need it. Here's Rector going deep down the middle looking for Tate West.
That's contact.
Flag. There it is.
Yeah.
Flag
Thank you.
The official that was closest didn't throw, but the side judge comes in, because there was early contact, and that's going to be pass interference and a first down. We've seen Tate turn that into a touchdown earlier this year.
Tate, yeah, and Tate had I think Tate was fixing to run under that ball too, and that old boy tackled him.
Well, and that was a good job by Tate as a receiver. If you know he's there and you got him behind you,
yeah,
you know that little stop or let him run into you. Draw some contact there if it's a 50-50 ball. So good job by Tate West there.
Well, you know he learned that from his dad.
Absolutely.
Dad's got those sneaky
his dad
tactics.
would have went down and grabbed his ankle and started crying or something. Who knows?
Actually, his dad was a pretty good receiver.
Dadgum right he was.
Yes, sir.
So that's
even with the 15-yard penalty, he didn't get a first down.
It's not a first down. You're right, Kevin. It's going to be 3rd down and 3. It moves the football up to the 43-yard line of Monterey, but it makes it a whole lot more makeable, hopefully.
A little bit.
So the Indians break huddle. Hurst and West split off to the left. Wing back to the left is Elijah Phillips from the shotgun. Here's Rector directing traffic, moves Phillips over to the right and brings T.J. Meredith, the running back, to his left on 3rd down and 3. A little bit of a high snap. He fakes the give. Now Rector on the keeper, eludes a man, tumbles forward for a First National Bank first down to the 39.
I love what we're seeing out of the offense right here, though. You know, it's 28-3, 2:55 in the third quarter. Could just throw it in right here, you know, but they're not.
No, they're not. They're playing their guts out. They're still trying to get down there.
You got to appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think Rector just came off.
He did.
Yep. So Rector went off and went over to the side. So we have a new quarterback for the Indians.
Who we got, Bo? That is number 10. It's Tanner Buttram.
Tanner Buttram is in at quarterback for the Indians from the shotgun. Pair of receivers to either side. Buttram takes the snap. Here's the give, and it's going to be about a yard gain through the pile, and it will be 2nd down and 9 as Buttram goes over to get the play from the sideline. He's going to be your quarterback. Oh, no, wait.
Here comes Caden back.
Yeah, Caden's coming back over. So just a quick rest for Rector.
I'm not sure if there was an equipment something going on there.
Yeah, it had to be something like that.
All right, so it'll be 2nd down and 9 as Rector's back on the field. Junior quarterback with 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, and a running back to his left. Here's the snap. Rector kind of bobbles the snap. Now a heavy rush. Rector fumbles the football. And it's still a loose football. Monterey, I think, got on it back at the 50.
They were out of bounds when they covered it, though.
Well, that's your opinion. We're going to see what the official thinks. Monterey signaled that they have it, so it's going to be a turnover. That was a jailbreak on Caden there. He didn't have anywhere to go with a lot of black jerseys coming his way.
Man, we haven't been able to block them up front, and they've got after our quarterback here on this drive a couple of times, and Caden's had to run for his life. For that time, he fumbled the football away, but
up 28-3. You know those front 4 or 5, they're just going to pin back, right?
Here they come. Here they come every play.
So now at the 50-yard line here again, Monterey with Montgomery in the shotgun with a running back to either side. He hands it off, and this is going to be sweeping over the left side. Allred, Michael Allred takes it inside the 45 down to about the 43. And that will wind up being about a 6-yard gain on first down and bring up a 2nd down and 4 for the Wildcats.
I don't know who that 20.
Jesse Zachary was
28.
No, I'm sorry. For them, for us.
For us.
I'm sorry, 28 for us is Josh Cole.
Are you sure it's not Reese Kennedy you're seeing on the
right
end?
here?
Oh, right here.
Oh, right here.
Okay.
28-29. I can't make the number out.
All right, here's the snap. Bowman on the carry, sweeping over the right side. Bowman up to the 40, sheds 1 tackle, and now he eludes 2 more, pounds it forward to the 30-yard line, and a first down for Monterey.
Yeah, he just blew through a couple. Yeah, I mean, we're trying to come up and tackle him high, and as Bo was talking about it earlier, can't tackle these guys high. Got to get them legs.
Little stutter stop there and let 2 guys go right by him, and then shed 1 with a shove.
Might be the last play of the third quarter as the Indians continue to rotate players in. Here's the snap and the give to Mason Bowman off the right side. Bowman,
my goodness,
getting ahead of steam back after being hit backward, surges forward to the 26-yard line. and a gain of 5 for Mason Bowman. It will be 2nd down and 5 on what will likely be the final play of this quarter. So we've got 1 quarter remaining. Oneida trails 28-3 when we return. The 4th and final quarter from Monterey. Your score after 3, the Monterey Wildcats 28 and the Oneida Indians 3.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made metal monsters. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail sleep.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Welcome back to the 4th and final quarter. Oneida football down 28-3 to the Monterey Wildcats here in Monterey. Game number 8 of the 2022 season. Oneida will have 2 more home games returning home next week for the Sequoia Chiefs. Right now, Monterey on the move inside the Oneida 25-yard line. Here's the snap and the give, and this is going to be a sweep off to the left side, cutting forward near the 20-yard line. On the carry, that's Sailors. Going to be just shy of the first down. They bring him down at the 21. No, they spot it at the inside the 20. That'll be a first down for sure for Monterey.
Yeah, and he just has all kinds of guys out in front of him, and they got on the end. They kicked him out. He cut it back up inside, and you got a safety coming down and a linebacker coming over to make the stop, but he's already 6, 7, 8 yards downfield when that happens. We're not getting any penetration much on the defensive line, and they're just, they've handled their business tonight, I'm telling you.
So now with a 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, dropping back, Montgomery looking to throw, and it's into the end zone to Allred for the touchdown. A 20-yard strike from Matthew Montgomery with 11:14 to play, and the Wildcats push the lead now to 34-3.
And as I said that, no penetration crosses. Jaden Birchfield blows back through there and double teamed, and he gets about 7 yards deep.
Hernandez will attempt the extra point here for the Monterey Wildcats. Trying to take a 32-point lead. The kick is on the way from Hernandez, and this kick is good. Timeout on the field. Your score, 11:14 to play. It's Monterey 35 and Oneida 3.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools, we got it. Paint and cleaning supplies, we got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care, we got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
Located at 205 East 3rd Avenue in Oneida, Mark's Family Pharmacy is open 6 days a week with a drive-through window for your convenience. But we're more than just a pharmacy. Check us out for gift ideas like plush animals, Candleberry Company candles and fragrances, designer earrings, caps, toys, and more. There's something for everyone at Mark's Family Pharmacy. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday.
Welcome back to Monterey. The Wildcats going to kick it off here. And Oneida driven back, making the catch inside the 5 at about the 3, to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, out to the 20, now to the 25, spinning forward out to the 29-yard line. Landon Limburg on the return for the Indians. And it will be 1st and 10. Clock rolling.
Let me ask you a question, Bo. Has the ball been thrown at Landon Lindbergh tonight? Has it been his way?
I think once.
It was thrown a couple times at him, but he not completed one. That was the pass interference earlier. That was thrown at Lindbergh. One of those pass interferences was at Lindbergh.
One of them was him. One of them was Tate West.
Yep.
Okay.
So and Bo, you threw a stat out there, the rushing for them to this point. How many yards they rushed for?
32 times for 329 yards is 10.3 a carry.
Ooh.
We got T.D. Ryan returning to the lineup here tonight, here in the fourth quarter. He's in the slot right now for the Indians. They're going to throw the quick screen out, and he's going to sweep off to the left at the 30, trying to get around the corner, and he makes the catch, face mask at the end of that gets a flag. So there's the young man that thought that he wasn't going to be able to dress out again this season.
Good
making a reception, T.D. Ryan.
Good to see OTD.
It's going to be a 15-yard personal foul. Face mask spotted from the 33, and that'll put Oneida at the 48-yard line with a First National Bank first down.
You know, you think back to last year, Monterey had things rolling. When they came into Oneida, and the loss to Oneida kind of sent them downward. I mean, they never really recovered from that. Went out early in the playoffs, and much different team what we're seeing tonight. A lot of those kids are back this year, senior laden, and they've got things rolling this year.
Well, I think last year they weren't expecting a game when they came in. I don't think.
But they never recover from that either.
So now, 3 receivers right. Here's the snap. Rector fires it out. Nice catch. And it's going to be at the 50, spinning forward to the 45, staying on his feet. What a run by the Indians.
Is that Meredith?
As Landon Lindbergh.
Yep, Lindbergh. Scrappy.
As we start talking about him, he gets the football.
It's going to be a First National. No, I'm sorry.
Just short.
9 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1, but they just had every bit of his jersey had to be in that guy's hand to keep him from going.
And if he hadn't slowed him down right there, he would have got more for sure. He'd have been off and running down the sideline.
That was a nicely thrown ball, though. I mean, that was just almost perfect where he put it and landed
right in front of him as he's striding.
Yep, he didn't have to slow down.
So now Oneida breaks huddle on 2nd down and 1. Rector from the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Rector takes the snap, gives to Reese Kennedy, needing a yard. He's got it. A First National Bank first down inside the 40, down to the 37. 8 minutes to go.
Seeing a few new jerseys as far as replacements on that defensive side. And Oneida, we are moving the football against them.
7:56 and ticking. 35-3, Monterey in the lead. Next week, Oneida home against Sequoia. The Chiefs come in. I haven't looked in the last little while. Sequoia, they still on that streak of not being able to crack in the win column. We're checking on that. Here from the shotgun, Rector takes the snap, looks, quick hitch on the right side. Rector throws it right in there to Levi James, who makes another big reception on the quick hitch and a 9-yarder. It'll be 2nd and 1.
I mean, I'm not going, you don't want to talk about next year too much. We're still in the throes of this year, but looking ahead, that combination there next year is going to be special. I think him and Lindbergh going to be some targets.
Lindbergh,
sure.
Colton Darty.
Yeah, they're going to be back.
I mean, there you got those guys.
And we are missing Colton tonight.
There's no question. And we're missing Jarek Hewling.
I
mean, that's huge.
Field stretcher right there.
Yeah, buddy.
On 2nd down and 1 now, Oneida. It's going to be Rector from the shotgun. Reese Kennedy to his left. Here's the snap. Rector looking left, pumps, flush from the pocket. Rector, now look, he has a man popping open in the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown. It's the Indians. Is that Lindbergh?
No.
I think that's Meredith.
No, that is number 28, gentlemen. That is Josh Cole.
Josh Cole pops open. You asked about him.
Yeah, I saw him on defense earlier.
Josh Cole.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, Josh Cole was playing cornerback earlier.
Yeah.
He was out there at cornerback, so, there's another playmaker.
What did we say earlier?
What we got on that, Bo? 22?
It was 28 yards.
28-yard touchdown.
If there's an opening, next man up, right?
That's exactly right.
Now the extra point attempt. The hold will be Caden Rector. The kick from Luke Barna hits the right upright, won't go. We'll take a break. Telling you the score with 6:41 to play here in the game. It's Monterey 35 and Oneida 9.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
Welcome back to Monterey. Apologies to Josh Cole and family. We just hadn't seen him much this year. Mark had called him out. He was getting some playing time on corner on that last series, and now here he picks up a 28-yard touchdown pass. Number 28.
28 for 28.
Gets the 28-yard touchdown pass. Josh Cole, he's a junior.
He's a junior. Haven't seen him. I mean, I'm sure he's had some time this year, but that's a substantial playing time his first tonight. And maybe because of some of the injuries, but like John L. said, it's next man up.
All right, so here we go. Luke Barna will kick it off with 6:41 to go. They're expecting a possible onside. Barna is going to boot it deep. Mason Bowman backing up. Now it bounces in front of him. Bowman's going to have to pick it up at the 8. And now off to the left side. He's up to the 20,
goodness.
25, 30. 35, out to the 40-yard line. He spins out of a tackle, but stumbles down. Mason Bowman nearly went. Takes it up to the 45-yard line. He was expecting that to bound through the end zone.
And that was Levi James coming up.
We wish it had.
No, that was Landon Lindbergh.
And he's coming up holding that rib a little bit.
And I've seen him go there a couple of times tonight. He's done something. He's got hit in the side or hitting the ribs there in the area. He's had some trouble there.
It was a 37-yard kick return in an onside kick set.
Yeah, not even expecting to return it. Now under center, Montgomery brings man in motion. Here's the pitch. Bowman off to the left side. Bowman at the 45. He's at the 40. He's at the 35, 30, 25. Oneida trying to get the angle on him. He sheds an arm tackle at the 15, the 10, and dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Mason Bowman.
A little bit of Stad Patton and a little bit of a chicken kicking.
Stad Patton
and chicken kicking.
That's a 55-yard touchdown run for Mason Bowman with 6:19 to go.
You cannot tackle that young man up around the shoulder pads. You just cannot do it. And that is 19 carries now for Bowman for 200 yards and 3 scores.
Monterey.
I told you they'd be at 400 yards.
You're
rushing.
close, 384.
Yeah.
Monterey is going to move to 6-2. 6:19 to play. The extra point from Hernandez is on the way, and the extra point is good. Timing on the field. 6:19 to play. It's Monterey 42, Oneida 9.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up. And it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally. And what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
Welcome back to Monterey. The home team not being very hospitable tonight, Mark.
No,
42
they're not
to
at all.
9.
Not at all.
They're taking care of business.
We go down here and score, and then they think they've got to match us. Dadgummit.
So it's a rough night. 6:19 to play.
Good football team right here. Monterey's a good football team. And they're going to be hard to handle down the road for some team in the playoffs.
Monterey's got aspirations of pushing into a 3-way tie for first. It's possible.
Are they choking?
No.
Oh.
They are definitely not doing that. Hernandez kicks it deep, carries Oneida into the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback for Oneida. Now, tomorrow there's a pretty big game.
Don't want to talk about it.
Down the road.
Can't talk about it. Don't bring it up.
Bo, were you telling us, is this official or is this some kind of an internet rumor?
Apparently there's Tennessee's going to go with the orange tops, white pants, white helmet. But apparently there is a chance that Alabama could be coming in the crimson tops.
Permission was given by the SEC.
3 days ago. It's called the color blast is what it's called.
It's whatever
apparently.
Nick Saban wants is what it is.
Yeah, that's it.
That's basically how it rolls.
So, Bo, do you have any kind of torn tendencies in that one? I know some of your
No,
family
absolutely
is
not.
Crimson. So
no, I like to give Uncle Robert a lot of grief on that, but it's been a long time since I've been able to do that.
All right, here are the Indians with the football, taking the snap and off the give over the right side. Back up near the line of scrimmage, but not much more for the Indians on the carry. I think Peyton Smart on that one. And the clock rolls down to about 5:20 to play. Don't forget Monday night, the round table. We'll have the players of the game. We're going to have Jason Terry visiting with us. Boy, his team has a big one next week.
Do.
Yeah,
they do.
And we're going to have
Thursday
part number 2 of the Coach Sparky Woods interview.
Wow.
Neat stuff. Good stuff.
Wow, great stuff.
Inside 5 minutes to go, 2nd down and 10. Rector from the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks left, fires in a crowded middle. Catch is made by Tate West. Absolutely, with a First National Bank first down up to the 37. That's about a 17-yard reception for Tate West.
Yeah, and Tate has been in those situations this year in real tight coverage, and man, he's knowing he's going to get just drilled, and he makes those catches. He's done that. He's done that a number of times this year.
Even more than that, it's just hard to keep your concentration when you got somebody all over you, and you're going to get tagged.
And he does.
And it's a great job.
So now from the 37-yard line, Oneida with a 1st and 10 as we approach the 4-minute mark of this one. Rector again in the shotgun, taking the snap, fires on the quick hitch. Catch is going to be made by Levi James. He sheds a couple of tackles. Then they grab him high and bring him down. It's going to be about a 9-yard gain for Mr. James, who's having quite the game tonight.
Yeah, he's playing really well. He's catching the football. Catch anything you throw at him. We're going to see a lot more from that young man in a couple of years to come and the rest of this season, I believe.
He's going to get another year. He's going to gain in muscle mass and weight and getting in the weight room.
He was the player of the game based on defense a few weeks ago.
Yep.
He tried out for Mark's spot. Did you hear that, Johnny L? He did the hello, darling,
yes, he
and
did.
everything.
I told him he was good, but not that good.
2nd down and 1. Here's Rector taking the snap. Here's the give off the left side. It's going to be a 1st down. Plants the foot, does Reese Kennedy, and takes it up to the 45-yard line of Monterey for a First National Bank 1st down.
Yeah, good run there off left side by Reese Kennedy.
3 minutes to play as the Indians move the football here.
A lot of different numbers and some clean shirts in there in white right now. A lot of young guys getting an opportunity to step in.
17 receptions for the Indians tonight. They're 17 of 26 through the air. 7 different receivers have caught a ball tonight.
Wow.
For the Indians.
Rector spreading it around.
Reese Kennedy, the running back to the right of Rector, here on 1st and 10. 2:35 and ticking. Rector takes the snap.
No, that's
fakes to Kennedy. Sorry.
Look at there.
Yep.
Look at that.
That's Mr. Buttram.
Taylor Buttram.
Yeah, Buttram, and he got out of there in a hurry, didn't he, John?
Fakes to Kennedy, takes it 10 yards on the carry with 2:15 and ticking. And now Oneida rotates once again.
Oneida has played a relatively clean game. I don't know. Have we had a penalty tonight, Bo?
1 for 5 yards, the pass interference down here earlier.
So now 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Taking the snap. Here's the give. And up the middle. Good run. About a 10-yard gain. The quarterback that round was Gabe Brennan.
That run was by number 34. That's Caleb Reagan.
Thank you.
Caleb Reagan.
This is mostly our number 2 against their number 2.
Yeah.
And our offensive line is doing a great job of opening up some seams and some holes and creases.
Yeah.
And our young backs are finding some production here.
Yeah. Caleb Reagan is a sophomore. We'll see a lot of him in the future.
Down to the 25-yard line, and it looks like Brock Ryan now comes in at quarterback with Caleb Reagan, the running back, to his left. On 1st and 10 at the 25, Brock Ryan. He'll take the snap, hand it off to Reagan over the right side. Like you said, good push. He gets forward to about the 21-yard line, about a 4-yard gain for Reagan as we move inside 1 minute to play here. The Indians are going to fall to 3-5 on the season and return home for the final 2 games. Starting next week, the Sequoia Chiefs come in.
Yeah, we may have a chance to maybe get right a little bit next week, hopefully. You know, coming into that ball game, and Sequoia, we got to find ourselves here pretty quick.
So now a 2nd down, and we'll call it 7 here. And it's the snap. Quarterback's going to keep it. Sweeping off to the left to the 20. Tripped up there on the carry. That's going to be Tanner Buttram. I think I called him Taylor earlier.
Yep.
My mistake. It's Tanner Buttram on the carry. And that's probably going to do it here as we move inside 10 seconds to play. The Indians are going to fall. Monterey, we knew they were a good team. They were very good tonight. Very consistent offensively, defensively, and they get a decisive victory here in this one as it goes final. We'll take the break. We have more to come from here. We'll have the scoring summary, the statistics, and we'll wrap from Monterey. Game number 8 is over for the Oneida Indians in the 2022 season, and your final tonight is Monterey 42 and Oneida 9.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Forget the bucket. Stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit T&T Car Wash in Oneida. T&T Car Wash features the latest in touch-free car wash technology. T&T's touchless automatic wash bays are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash, including a wheel brush option. Want to wash it yourself? T&T also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior, both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, T&T Car Wash, Oneida.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools, we got it. Paint and cleaning supplies, we got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care, we got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
Welcome back as the Indians fall tonight to the Monterey Wildcats by a score of 42-9. Taking a look at our final scoring summary is Bo Kidd.
Monterey gets on the board first with 8:35 left to go in the first quarter. Matthew Montgomery would hook up with Eli Sailors on a 4th down for a 23-yard touchdown. The PAT by Darnell Hernandez was good, making it 7-0 Monterey. In the second quarter, Luke Barna cut into that lead with a 44-yard field goal, making it 7-3 with 9:49 to play. But Monterey would answer back quickly. Matthew Montgomery would scamper down the sideline 66 yards for a touchdown. The PAT from Hernandez was good, making it 14-3. And then just before the half, Mason Bowman would find pay dirt from 5 yards out. The extra point was good, and Monterey would lead 21-3 at the break. The Wildcats would score quickly in the third as well. I guess about midway through the third. 6:20 to play. Mason Bowman would punch one in from 32 yards out. The PAT was good, making it 28-3. Oneida would Monterey would then score again with 11:14 to go in the ball game. That's in the fourth quarter as Matthew Montgomery would find Michael Allred on a 20-yard strike. The extra point from Hernandez good, making it 35-3 Monterey. 6 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Oneida would find the end zone for the first time on the night as Caden Rector would find Josh Cole from 28 yards out. The PAT from Barna off the uprights, no good, and it was 35-9 in favor of Monterey, and then they would answer on one play as Mason Bowman, 55 yards, nearly untouched down the field, as he would find the end zone for the third time on the evening. The PAT from Hernandez was good as Monterey was victorious over Oneida tonight by a final of 42-9.
Thank you, Bo. We'll take another 2-minute break. When we return, we'll get a listen to those long statistical information that Bo's going to have for us right after this.
Forget the bucket. Stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit TNT Car Wash in Oneida. TNT Car Wash features the latest in touch-free car wash technology. TNT's touchless automatic wash bays are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash, including a wheel brush option. Want to wash it yourself? TNT also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior, both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, TNT Car Wash, Oneida.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
Hi, I'm Michael Laxton, President and CEO of United Cumberland Bank. At UCB, we know that being involved in the community is really important, and the Chamber is just one of the ways that we do that. We do outreach through the schools. Specifically, we love local sports programs, helped out with several playgrounds across our markets. Any way we can help in the community and get involved. We try to be involved in all of our communities and markets. Our customers are our neighbors too. As a community bank, we want to be part of the community.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made Metal Monsters. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail sleep.
Welcome back to Monterey, and now with the final stats tonight from the Wildcats' 42-9 victory. Bo Kidd.
On the night, we will begin with Monterey. 19 first downs on the night. They carried the ball 33 times for 84 yards, went 4 of 6 through the air for 49 yards. 39 total plays, 433 yards for the Wildcats. They were led on the night by a pair of very impressive young men in Mason Bowman and Matthew Montgomery. Mason Bowman had 19 carries on the night for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. Matthew Montgomery, the quarterback, went 4 of 6 through the air for 49 yards and 2 touchdowns, and also had 9 carries for 137 yards and a score. Michael Allred also had 3 carries for 23 yards. Colin Fowler had 1 for 19. Allred also had 2 catches for 20 yards and a score. Eli Sailors with 1 catch for 23 yards and a score. Jacob Hobson, 1 catch for 6 yards. Leading tacklers for Monterey, Eli Sailors had 5 tackles. Michael Allred also had 5 tackles. Colin Fowler with 4. Mason Bowman also with 4 on the game. For the Indians, 17 first downs on the night, 25 carries for 67 yards. Oneida has still yet to get a second game this year with over 100 yards of rushing.
Wow.
So 17 of 26 through the air, though, was the Indians for 173 yards, so 51 total plays for 240 yards on the night for Oneida. TJ Meredith led the way on the ground, 9 carries, 26 yards. Reese Kennedy had 2 carries for 16 yards. Tanner Buttram, 2 carries for 16. Caleb Reagan had 2 carries for 13. Elijah Phillips, 1 for 2. Peyton Smart, 1 for 1. Weston Hurst, 1 for none. And Caden Rector had 7 carries for -7 yards. Rector did go 17 of 26 through the air for 173 yards with a touchdown, no interceptions. He was sacked twice, also did lose a fumble in the contest. Through the air, Levi James had 5 catches for 64 yards. Tate West, 4 for 42. Weston Hurst, 4 for 31. Josh Cole had that touchdown reception of 28 yards. Landon Lindbergh had 1 catch for 9. Todd Derrick Ryan, great to see him back out on the field. He had a catch for 4. And then Elijah Phillips had 1 catch for -5 yards on the night. Defensively for the Indians, Elijah Phillips leading the way with 10 tackles on the night. Levi James had 6 tackles. Caleb Harness and Caden Terry both with 5 tackles each on the evening.
All right, thank you both for that. All that information. We're looking at Jimmy is just now making his way down here, so we'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break, and when we return, we'll talk with Coach Jimmy May right after this.
At Big South Fork Medical Center, our dedicated team of medical professionals are available 24/7 should you or your family need high-quality care. We have an emergency room, inpatient unit, and a range of outpatient services. Big South Fork Medical Center, your local hospital where we're small enough to care, but large enough to heal. For more information on what we have to offer, you can visit our website, www.bsfmedical.com.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
Forget the bucket. Stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit T&T Car Wash in Oneida. T&T Car Wash features the latest in touch-free car wash technology. T&T's touchless automatic wash bays are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash, including a wheel brush option. Want to wash it yourself? T&T also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior, both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, T&T Car Wash, Oneida.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razax. Razax offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razax has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razax on US Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razax, country cooking and great steaks.
Welcome back to Monterey. The Oneida Indians fall to the Monterey Wildcats tonight, 42-9 is the final in this one. The Indians will get set to return home for the final 2 home games, games 9 and 10 at Dr. M.E. Thompson Field, Jim May Stadium. And next week it will be the Sequoia Chiefs up first. That's going to be a 7:30 kickoff, and we'll have the broadcast for you on that one beginning at 6:30. And then the season closer will be against one of the better teams on the schedule. They just keep getting better. Single A's Coalfield Yellow Jackets, they have their sights set on some postseason glory to this season, and they certainly look like they're earning their way to it. Look like they're getting stronger every week. And so we will see them 2 weeks from tonight. And then, of course, Oneida is going to qualify for the playoffs, and we'll have that one for you 3 weeks from tonight. That'll probably be audio only because of the TSSAA regulations. So, but we'll see about that. Right now, Coach Jimmy May is joining us here, and it's not easy to get up here, so we appreciate Coach May stepping up here. And Coach, first of all, thank you for joining us. The Indians fall to Monterey tonight. Very good Wildcat team. Got rolling with a good quarterback and a good running back.
Yeah, they did. That was our biggest concerns is with Bowman carrying the ball, and then the Montgomery quarterback keeping it on the read, and we just didn't tackle either one of them very well, and they moved the line of scrimmage on us and played downhill, and we had a hard time compensating for it.
The Indians, I mean, you were able to do a good job of keeping the ball out of their hands with some ball control offense in that first half. It didn't produce points on the first drive. You were able to get a long field goal from Luke Barna, and it looked like possibly going in down 14-3. That would have been a pretty good spot going into halftime with getting the ball to start the second half, but Monterey was able to strike and move downfield and expand that lead.
Yeah, I knew if they got another score on us there, right before the half, and it was going to make it 21-3. We were moving the ball a little bit. We'd had a pass or two we dropped. Kaden missed one across the middle. Made some good throws. We didn't, make some first downs. He was able to get us going, and we just couldn't put it together. We 3 or 4 plays in a row, and to get some momentum. And we had a hard time blocking them. They were pretty good up front, and they put a lot of pressure on us. And when we had time, we had people running open. We were able to compete well with them and make some completions, but we had a hard time in the run game in the first half. They did a good job stopping us.
You get your running backs back, things are going well, but then you're losing a couple of receivers. It's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Can't get everybody on the field at the same time. So without Jarek, without Colton tonight, but you did have some folks step up and make some big plays. You had Mr. Cole caught the touchdown pass down here in the second half, and then also Levi James seemed to be finding separation from the defenders and spots, and then Tate West, even if a defender's right up on him, he seemed to be pretty sure-handed.
Yeah, Tate, they all had a good game. We had some open people. We couldn't, the pressures made it hard for us to complete them, but he made some great throws. Caden did during the game. The receiver stepped up. We were able to move it. Like I said, we just it's just hard to, we had 4 starters didn't play tonight. We're not making excuses. That's just facts. And it's been that way about every game. I mean, we've had some people out and some people come back, and we lose some more. It's just what this season has been so far. Hopefully we can come back next week and get back on track, and we'll hopefully get these people back for the playoffs. And we know where we're going now. And I told them, and there's no question about that now. That's settled. And but we just got to come back and get back on the winning track next week, and then try to get the next one and get ready for the playoffs. And we were a little short-handed, especially on defense. We had a lot of depth, thank goodness, at the beginning of the year, but now we're down to, not having a lot of depth with people hurt, and hopefully we can get them back. Breyer didn't get to play at right guard. He's been sick for a couple of weeks, and hopefully we can get him well. And so that's another lineman. You just lose your depth is what happens in games like this. And they just wore on us during the game, and they took over the game there in the second half.
And so knowing your destiny, knowing your destination is Hampton in 3 weeks, then what does that look like? I mean, I know obviously you're playing Sequoia next week, and you're playing Coalfield, and you're playing those games to win, but is there a balance? I mean, do you try to not show things, or are you basically working on things that you're going to have at Hampton, or how does that work?
Well, I mean, this late in the year you showed a lot. I mean, you always got a few things here and there, but score dictates whether you want to do them and field position. But, we just got to come out and win the game. That's the biggest thing is getting a win. We need to get a win. And just for our own confidence, we've lost 2 in a row, and we got to gain some confidence and get some momentum going. And then, we play Coalfield, and hopefully we can compete there and get the same result. But, we know we're going to Hampton. I did get to go watch them during the open date, and they played Gatlinburg. I get to go watch them because, it seems like it doesn't matter what round, we always end up playing them at some point. So I went ahead and watched them, and, got an idea what they're like, and they're pretty good. They always are. But we're not going to worry about that right now. We got to play Sequoia. We've got to come out and get a win there. It's a big night. They're going to honor I think it's the 30th year of the '92 championship team, and we're going to go to work this week. We always want to play well, and even though we have experience or have a lot of seniors, we have some inexperience at some places, and kids have had to play more, and we didn't having some freshmen in there tonight, trying to gain some experience, which will help down the road. But we're working for right now too. Everyone, I don't want to give up on the season. We're not going to give up on the season. We're going to try to go because you just don't know what's going to happen once you get there. But you just got to keep playing. I mean, you owe it to everyone, and we will. And they'll come back and work hard, and we'll see what happens next week. But we'll come ready to play, and we'll go back Monday and try to fix it, and we'll come out ready to play Friday.
What about health-wise? Looked like Landon was holding his side tonight. Is there anything major coming out of tonight? And then as far as Colton and Jarrett go, what's the prognosis for the remainder of the season or next week?
Tonight was maybe, Landon's banged up a little bit. I think maybe I know Aiden Frazier got his knee banged up a little bit. He was unable to go later, and that hurts. Another body. He's a young kid that we expect big things out of, and trying to work him in there. And Colton, was hoping for Sequoia. It might be Cofield. I'm gonna make sure he's healthy. I'm not gonna put him out there if he's not. I mean, Colton, he's got a future in baseball. And he's a competitor, and he wants to go out there. But I want to make sure he's well, because I don't want him to get hurt, and he's gonna want to play when he can, and for him to not be able to, he has to be hurt, so he always shows up, and hopefully we'll get him back. And Jarek, I don't know, he has a foot injury. I don't know what the prognosis or the detaches, I guess day to day, or we'll see. But it definitely hurts when you don't have those receivers that you can put in an offense, and you can sub them in and keep, we got a little tired. They're running a lot of routes, and they're having to cover people because the other guys playing DBs, and but we'll have to see. I'll know more Monday, because there's always something that'll pop up, on the weekend, and they're not hurting now, but hopefully we'll be healthy, and we'll get us back as many guys as we can and get ready for Sequoia.
All right, Coach. So thanks for joining us. Any final thoughts?
No, I mean, we played hard. We got beat. I mean, that's just what happens. They outplayed us at times. We were battling, and we just had a hard time getting off the field. We would move the ball and at times and have a chance, but we'll keep working. I mean, just keep coming and support them, and I appreciate everybody that does, and just, the kids are playing hard, and, I told them life's hard. You don't always get what you want. You get knocked down. It's just a matter if you're going to get back up. And, we've been knocked down again, so we'll just have to keep battling and keep fighting, and, you don't ever want to give up, because you got to play till you don't have a chance to play anymore. I mean, that's what it's about, and we will. And just, like I said, proud of the kids, their effort tonight. They played hard, and, they gave it all. It wasn't nobody laid down, and we'll get better next week.
All right, Coach. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week at home.
Thank you.
All right, the Indians fall to the Monterey Wildcats. We'll take a quick break and return to wrap things up. We'll get your lineman of the game, your player of the game, and your final thoughts here as we wrap things up from Monterey. Your final score, once again, is the Monterey Wildcats 42 and the Oneida Indians 9.
Hi, I'm Michael Laxton, President and CEO of United Cumberland Bank. At UCB, we know that being involved in the community is really important, and the Chamber is just one of the ways that we do that. We do outreach through the schools. Specifically, we love local sports programs, helped out with several playgrounds across our markets. Any way we can help in the community and get involved. We try to be involved in all of our communities and markets. Our customers are our neighbors too. As a community bank, we want to be part of the community.
Located at 205 East 3rd Avenue in Oneida, Mark's Family Pharmacy is open 6 days a week with a drive-through window for your convenience. But we're more than just a pharmacy. Check us out for gift ideas like plush animals, Candleberry Company candles and fragrances, designer earrings, caps, toys, and more. There's something for everyone at Mark's Family Pharmacy. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday.
Welcome back to Monterey as we begin to wrap up here in just a few minutes. Get to hear from everybody, get our players of the game, our linemen of the game. And we'll go ahead and get that started with Mark Matthews.
Mark Matthews.
I'm sorry. Okay.
No, Tim Smith.
You got to do Mark. Work around the Mark for the players, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Bo Kidd, we'll start with you.
I mean, I don't think there's a question about it. In my personal opinion, I think Levi James is your player of the game. He had 5 catches, about 60 yards of receiving, had 6 tackles, also won the contest. 3 of those catches that he had were first downs for the Indians. He was moving sticks, and he was making sure that sticks weren't getting moved on the other side.
Is he trying to push me in a
sounds to me
direction?
like-
Maybe.
Sounds to me like-
That's my opinion.
Putting his thumb on the scale.
John L.
Hey, I'm with Bo as far as player of the game, but as far as wrapping up, final thoughts is a tough one to take on the chin tonight for Oneida. I didn't get to catch Coach's comments, but wow, you just got to flush it and move on. You got 2 more games in a playoff game for sure. You want to get better in these next few weeks in practice, and you just want to keep fighting. Especially, I'm always thinking of those seniors. It's going to be tough to finish this thing out anyway, and you just want to do it on a good note. And so everybody around them on this team needs to rally for those seniors. You play for each other, and first, and just trying to get better in these next few weeks.
Kevin.
I didn't get to watch a whole lot since I was fooling with everything else. But, they got some athletes up here. And that was obvious between Montgomery and Bowman. And it just seemed like we was just coming up, a yard behind them to catch them. And they was just darting in and out. And it was just really, really tough tonight for us to get a handle on all of them guys. Don't want to, discount anything against Monterey. They just had a heck of a football team tonight. And we just, of course, come up short. But as we were talking earlier in the breaks, you got 2 games coming up, Sequoia and Coalfield. Doesn't mean a diddly squat as far as the playoffs goes. And that's what you want to do. You want to build toward that. Do we think we're going to win a state championship? No. But you never know. Livingston, and we always go back to that a few years ago, was 5-5, 4th place team coming out of their region, rode the thing all the way. You never know how the breaks are going to fall. And then everything, if we get all these guys back that have been hurt and everything, you never know. So let's work on that. We got 2 weeks to get ready for that. And then go up to Hampton, and you're going against the number 1 team in the state. So if you're going to do it, you're going to have to face them sooner or later anyway. Well, number 2 team, but
either way. But going back, and I apologize for that. But the thing about Monterey that really impressed me tonight, first off, Bowman and Montgomery, that's 2 quality all-region kids right there, no question about it. The offensive line did a phenomenal job with their blocking schemes against us in mixing that up all night long, because you never knew which 2 were going to pull.
That's right.
I mean, they did a great job in scheming that. They're quick off the ball. They, pretty good size. There was a couple of them that were a little undersized. It looked like, especially one of the guards was a very much smaller kid comparatively. But they did a very good job at their blocking schemes.
They
to be able to mixing it up.
It all comes down to execution, guys.
Yeah,
and
they executed well.
They did their stuff well. Yeah. And you tip your cap to them. We played a clean ball game. We only had one
two
penalty.
Two penalties.
2 penalties.
Wow.
Okay. You play clean. You come on the road, and you come up short against a very good football team, and they executed. They really did.
But I also love seeing the youth of Oneida getting some of that playing time towards the end. You saw 8 different young Indians tonight carry the ball for Oneida. You saw 7 different Indians make a reception tonight. That's fantastic. It's usually been 2, 3, maybe 4 on the receptions on the year. You got 7 kids making a catch tonight. One of those getting a touchdown. So, I mean, a great job in getting those young guys some experience because, once again, just like John L. was talking about earlier, it's that next man up mentality. You've got to be ready to go.
Yeah.
When something like this happens.
We just need some kids drinking milkshakes.
That's right. That's right. We go ahead.
No, it's you.
Go ahead.
It's
Go
your
ahead,
turn, my friend.
Anyway, player of the game. You guys called it, Levi James. Well, I mean, you got to give it to him. He played a good ball game tonight. A really good ball game, and on offense, on defense, on special teams. You know, he just had some clutch catches and situations and going through traffic. And like I say, he's got a little bit of dog in him. I mean, he enjoys this game. He hates to lose. He gets up and he's a rah-rah guy. And that's the kind of guys you want on your football team. And Levi did a great job tonight. And I'm awful proud of him. And he's the player of the game tonight.
First National Bank player of the game.
First National Bank player of the game.
Trophy Masters, where you can get anything. Whatever you want to dream up, Tony can do it, whether it's a shirt, T-shirt, jacket, hat,
hamburger, French fries,
pizza. Probably not. You could get a picture of a hamburger put on your.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely. He can do that. I mean, so if you had a real one, Devlin works for him some up there, and so it's not going to last if there's one sitting around.
And,
he can take care of that.
Trophies.
But yes, and trophies, absolutely. And so Trophy Masters wants to recognize the unsung players of the game, the linemen of the game.
Yeah,
and what do you
and
got?
I'll tell you something else he does too. Right before I announced that, I had one time I took a helmet to him. I said, I want a case for this. And he put a case with some nameplates and all this kind of stuff on it. Does a fantastic job. Trophy Masters lineman of the game is Caleb Harness. Caleb Harness had a great game tonight. 5 or 6 tackles out there, and he just did a fantastic job. So awful proud of Caleb Harness. Big house.
And our valuable player tonight on the crew is going to be Mark Matthews, because if it wasn't for Mark Matthews, I would absolutely froze to death because I forgot to bring a jacket or anything, and he let me have his jacket, so I got to mention that.
All right, so to wrap things up and remind you, next week we're going to be back at home. It's going to be the Sequoia Chiefs, and the Indians are going to try to get back on the winning side. These
Get right game.
And these players, that's all they're going to think about this week is how to come out and get a win Friday night. There's been great crowds all year long, and we'll expect another big crowd to welcome the Indians back. Part of that welcoming back is welcoming back the 1992 championship team. They're going to be there 5 to 7 at the cafeteria. They welcome anybody to stop by and say hey as they reminisce about the only championship in football that Oneida has ever brought home, and that was that 92 championship team.
And you know Stan Pennington will be signing autographs, whether anybody wants one or not, but he'll be there to sign them. I promise you. Now, we love Stan. And
you can get one of his checks and get him to sign it.
That's exactly, I'm all for that. I love Stan Pennington.
So stop by, see them next week, and let's hope the Indians can get a win. You know what we hope? We hope the Indians can get everybody healthy and get their best effort out there, because the Indians have the possibility to make some noise, and not only next week against Sequoia, but in 2 weeks against a powerful Coalfield team, and then wherever they may play in that first round of the playoffs. A little bit of health and a little bit of luck, and the Indians can be a formidable team, and they're trying to find that formula. You can tell that they're working hard to do that. Now, this week coming up, we want to wish best of luck to the ladies soccer team as they take on Loudon. Best of luck to Coach Jason Terry and that steamroller that he rolls through with his middle school team, but they're going to run into some big resistance on Thursday night at home, dealing with Dayton's Flyers. Is that right?
Dayton City Sweat
City
Bees.
Sweat Bees. Okay. All right. So the Sweat Bees come to town Thursday. Hey, just make it a 2-night thing. Go out and watch middle school Thursday and the high school on Friday. And we will have the high school game for you live streamed on Friday. Anybody that can't make it, we thank you all for being here along the way. Without our sponsors, you see their commercials. You'll see the list at the end. Without them, we couldn't possibly do this. So please thank them when you're in their place of business. And not exclusively just those, but Baby J's Pizza does the pregame. We've got the Roarks Pharmacy scouting report that Mark does. First National Bank with the first downs and the player of the game. Trophy Masters with the lineman of the game. And all of those involved, don't forget Monday night, the round table at El Rey's and the Black Cat Legend Part 2 of the Coach Sparky Woods interview. You don't want to miss that. We'll have the Oneida Player of the Game, the Sky High Player of the Game, and more on Monday night. So join us for the round table. And for all those involved tonight on this chilly evening on the roof of the cafeteria at Monterey, Lucas Laxton on the camera for Bo Kidd, John Strunk, Mark Matthews, Kevin Akers, and back at home, of course, Ben Garrett with his work, and Greg Bond remote again and making sure everything goes good. We thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next week at home. For the Sequoia Chiefs, Tim Smith saying thanks for joining us. You've been listening to and watching Oneida football on the IH Sports Network.